get things underway. We go trackside for pre-race ceremony.
Hey, I'm back.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask you to please rise.
Rise.
Remove your hats.
Rise.
Prepare for our invocation.
If you're not sitting, if you're not standing up, I'm gonna ban you.
Well, we're not
To present our
South,
invocation
though.
this afternoon, Monty Self from the Motor Racing
Trump's America now,
Outrage.
boy. Oh shit.
Heavenly Father, we thank you that we can be back here in the great state of Pennsylvania and among
Oh,
friends,
come on,
among
you two.
fans
Give me
at
a
Pocono
fucking break.
Raceway. Today, Father, we recognize a special fan of NASCAR, Bob Pallow, a long-time track employee, and pray that you continue to bless him with good health for many days to come.
Whoever he is.
Father, we thank you so
Jack
much
Ingram.
for the
I'm offended they
staff
didn't pray
and
for me
days
specifically.
you've been possible. And Father,
This is
we
the
ask
healthiest
that
I've
you
been in like
bless
weeks.
the track services personnel, the crews, the drivers, and the fans with an exciting day and a safe day. And Father, we ask that you continue to bless our great nation. For it's in Christ's name.
Shalom, amen. So, once again, since I'm on the NBC app and it's way behind, I gotta hide the leaderboard from myself.
To present our national anthem, Ellen Kane.
I'm gonna turn it off. We're still here. I gotta hide my own leaderboard because it's gonna spoil the race for me. Is that a Mexican?
The man that once was. Hey, what do you call Harvick now? Mister, where did he come from?
There's going to be a caution and a green flag cyclist stops and McDowell's going to be the leader and there's going to be rain in the area. Kidding. Yeah, it's pretty blue out there now. This is like the best weather we've had for Pocono in 100 years. Hey, Lori. Hey, Jeff. I think it's about the same forecast for tomorrow. I ain't decided yet. No. I think it's Ty Gibbs. Yeah, but I don't know which ones. I guess it'll be a surprise. I ain't looked at the entry list. I was like, who's running today? Oh. I thought, who's in the 54, who's in the 8? It's always that. Kyle Busch wins. I got like $8 or something. 9 maybe. I can't remember how it works.
Crowd enjoying that flyover. That was one of the biggest flyover planes I've ever seen at a racetrack.
Congratulations, Rick Allen. Yeah, he won all his prop bets too. All of them. It was like have Rhodes beat Friesen, fucking Derek Krause finish ahead of Tyler Ankrum.
The more insight you have, the better your game.
He won all his prop bets, but not actually his pick for the race wins. His race win picks didn't work out. He had Gilliland and Sheldon Creed, but Nemechek won. Yeah.
What is that?
It's a Shiba. I want one of those dogs. They're funny.
Who's he got for a cup, or do you know?
I don't know. I know mine's Kyle Busch. Michael, whenever you get here, if you're already here, who do you have in Cup? I can't remember. He said he was thinking about just taking a prop bet on a Chevrolet again, just saying Chevrolet's going to win.
That's not a bad prop bet. Odds probably ain't all there, but
Telling you. Okay, I get $9 if Kyle Busch wins. Michael, what are your Cup bets? And then we got to figure out what to bet tomorrow. But this race will tell me a lot about what I want to bet tomorrow.
are they inverting?
The top 20 tomorrow, yeah.
So the 20th start first?
Yeah, which always makes the last couple laps funny because it's like, all right, who's running 20th?
So, God, I don't mean to talk down on him, but Bubba will have a good chance.
Bubba's got a strong chance of starting on the front row tomorrow. He sucks at Pocono. You put $50 for a Chevrolet to win. God damn.
That's. I'm not gonna hate on that bet.
Yeah, it's not a bad bet.
No.
Hey, there's Jimmy Johnson. Boy, how the mighty have fallen.
Hey, his odds on a Chevrolet to win are probably odds are better for Larson to win than a
He's
Chevrolet.
still a better Cup driver than Kyle Busch ever has been. You put $2 on Chastain as well, so he's got 2 on Chastain at 60-1. How is Chastain 60-1 as good as he's been running? I figured he'd be a little higher.
Well, I mean,
Not a favorite or anything, but
they're gonna keep the hate. Don't hate the 48. Put Ross Chastain in the 2. He deserves it. Fuck Austin Cindric. Send him to truck.
did you see the move Ty Gibbs made in the ARCA race and was blaming? So, like,
I didn't watch that.
on a restart, Chandler Smith made a great move to the inside, and Ty Gibbs body slammed him and then hit him again and ran him all the way down to the pit wall and goes, yeah, he ran into me, so he got what he deserved. It's like, no, you hit him and ran him down to the pit wall.
Oh yeah, he's
Turning into a dipshit. If anybody tries to beat him, he gets upset. Because he's only ever driven.
Fix it. You think it'll be as bad as Joey?
He'll be worse. Nah, he'll be worse than Joey and Gregson. Because he's only ever driven the best car in the field. He's never actually had to struggle for anything. He just shows up and expects to win because he's got the best car.
Well, I hope they do put him in the Cup early. He can learn his lesson.
That's why he was butthurt about Allmendinger beating him at Mid-Ohio. Oh, he's a dirty driver. No, you left a hole and he passed you.
Is it bad to be excited for Watkins?
I look, dude, Watkins Glen's one of my favorites every year. I love Watkins Glen. Or Dale Jarrett. Harvick wrecked Joey on purpose to get a caution with 2 to go to catch Hamlin.
So Chase getting DQ'd. Did you hear when they was talking on the radio? Chase kept saying, dude.
Pocono Race.
The wheels feel like they're coming off. Yeah.
And his crew chief were like, "Oh, just stay out there."
I remember that during the race broadcast that he feels like his wheels are falling off. Oh, handling problems. No, the wheels were loose.
Rick, we've been talking about just how fast the Hendrick Motorsports cars have been.
Somebody said, well, good news is next year that's mathematically impossible to have 5 loose lug nuts on a car.
Disqualification for loose lug nuts at the end of the race at Nashville. He will be starting 29th. Crew Chief Alan Gustafson told me there are some moves they're going to have to make strategy.
That is a nice helmet.
Mostly they hope they keep the speed up and pass cars all day long. Kelly Stevis.
David took Kyle Busch 26 tries to get to victory.
Rowdy Busch trying to win me $9.
For the 2-time NASCAR Cup Series
If Chastain wins, you'll give me $20. You got a deal. So that's another thing to watch out for. We got to cheer for Ross Chastain and Kyle Busch today, I guess.
Something more to get back to victory lane, and their first shot at this weekend.
Welcome back to the Kyle Larson Show. This is the perfect storm. Larson's won 3 in a row, and we come to where he can win 4 in a row, and then, oh yeah, get to drive the same car on the same track again tomorrow and get 5 in a row. That's insane.
Both races here at Pocono last year, so he knows this racetrack very well. Can he get Joe Gibbs Racing pointed back in the right direction today? Time to go racing in the Poconos once again. Time to
well, technically next year you could have 4 loose lug nuts. I just wouldn't recommend it. Hulk Hogan.
CEO of Rodale Institute.
On behalf of organic farmers across the nation,
We don't care.
Manure.
Drivers, start your engines.
Lame.
How about if Chase wins, I just get to celebrate and be happy and you buy your own damn games, DFS.
Coming to life. The fans
You can't come up with $2. Pace laps of Pocono take forever.
So does them getting the green flag out.
And it's really bad for us because we're way behind watching it. We're like a 45-second delay watch on the NBC app, but you don't want to see what the standard definition channel on my cable looks like on this TV.
Think anybody's gonna eat the wall today?
Yep. Hard. Somebody's going to blow right front and eat shit.
So what is the strategy at Pocono? Do tires and shit matter?
They used to, but not anymore because now it's just like, now it's just you can't pass. Just do whatever you got to do to get out front. They can't pass you.
So it's just make sure you pit at the right time, got enough gas.
Yeah, do whatever you got to do to stay in the front and get a good restart, and you're good because nobody can pass you.
I've seen a lot of the truck guys wasn't taking tires.
Yeah. I mean, Pocono was repaved in 2012, so the pavement's still relatively new, so no. Tires should mean a lot, but with this package, it doesn't really matter how much faster you are than the guy in front of you. You can't pass him.
Are they running low horsepower?
Yes, and it's fucking terrible here.
At Pocono?
It's the worst here. This is like the worst track for it. I don't know.
Whose idea it is to run low horsepower at Pocono?
I was really hoping this year, like when they announced, okay, Nashville, because it was like, oh God, what package are they going to run at Nashville? This is going to make or break the race. And when they were like, okay, running high horsepower at Nashville, it's like, good. What about Pocono? Still going to run low horsepower. And it's like, why?
Okay, at least, I don't even know if it will be possible, but run a low horsepower on Saturday, high horsepower on Sunday.
The problem with the low, it's not the horsepower necessarily, because Pocono, the turns are so tight, you still have to slow down and brake a lot and lift. The problem is that big fucking spoiler on the back in the corner, fucking the car behind you. Yeah, that just kills it. So low horsepower wouldn't be a problem, but that big fucking spoiler is. Man, I was the same as you, DFS. I was broke too when I was young and didn't have a job and had to sell shit to buy video games and stuff.
And by Ram Truck, the only truck brand to win Motor Trend Truck of the Year.
Ooh,
2 years in a row.
Motor Trend Truck of the Year. What a prestigious award.
So challenging.
There's when Darrell Walter tried to kill Davey Allison.
About the tricky triangle. You can't get your car perfect there.
That's a waste of a freaking day.
It's very unforgiving.
That was the wreck that changed Jimmy Johnson's career. That was funny.
Earned the same as the tricky triangle. Just a challenge from every corner.
This is a double header weekend.
It's certainly going to be a test of man and
Pocono was borderline unsafe. That wreck where Casey Kane got airborne, the ass end of his car hit a tree. There was no catch fence on the backstretch. Kurt winning that race pissed me off because Junior should have won it, but Chase Elliott kind of fucked us. Didn't do anything wrong, but I still get mad about it. That made me more mad is that I couldn't be mad at Chase that day because Junior and Chase started racing so hard, Kurt Busch passed both of them and then didn't run out of gas, and Junior finished second and Chase finished third. And I was like, because Chase did not do anything wrong. He never touched Junior or nothing, but they were racing so hard. And that was Junior's last great chance to win a race too.
Elk Grove, California. William Byron, Charlotte, North Carolina. Kevin Harvick, Bakersfield, California.
The Bakersfield Basher.
Kyle Busch.
I kind of want to see Larson hit like double-digit wins in a row or something. Like that'd be insane. Getting to 5 is crazy enough, but I'd love to see Larson just keep winning. Just be like, wow, like how you gonna stop him? Do you remember that quote, Larson last year when he was still at Ganassi before he dropped the gamer word? He said, "Yeah, I think Hendrick." He says they suck on purpose at the start of the year, and then when nobody pays attention to them, they start cheating. He said that last year when he was driving for Ganassi. He basically just said, yeah, they just act like they suck, and then halfway through the year, oh, we found something.
Well, they said that NASCAR said they're going to start eyeing them more, and then it brought up like when Stuart Haas was dominating.
Yeah.
And they noticed, and then they went in and changed like a small rule.
Oh, Dale Jr. only won at Daytona and Talladega. Is that why he won Richmond 3 times? Is that why he won at Pocono twice? Is that why he won Martinsville? Is that why he won at Michigan twice? Is that why he won at Bristol, Texas, Chicago, Atlanta? Yeah, he only won at Daytona and Talladega. DFS, you're full of shit. Now, you're young and don't know anything. You don't know what you're talking about, so I'll forgive you. But no, he didn't just win. Dale Jr. was a brilliant short track racer. Does DFS stand for dumb fucking shit? I'm kidding. That was Dylan's quote. But no, Jr. was a great short track racer.
You guys made some gains last week with a great run.
And if we want to Kyle,
he must be talking about Truex Jr.
Yeah.
Everybody's just working hard to try to figure out exactly.
And if we want to Kyle Busch up Jr.'s numbers, throw his Xfinity numbers in there. He won Richmond like 5 times in Xfinity as well. He's a great short track racer. He won Bristol in Xfinity. He swept the weekend in 04, Junior did at Bristol. Won the Busch race and the Cup race.
Like in a sense.
In a sense, yeah. Junior did have a run at Talladega where his finishes were first, second, first. Who the fuck would do that at Talladega? You will never see anybody do that at Talladega ever again.
Well, I mean, Mr. Restrictor Plate might if he was still there.
Kenseth sucked at Martinsville, and Junior was really good at Martinsville. Kenseth and Junior were great in their own way.
All I can say is if you didn't put money on Stenhouse, you're crazy.
Pocono is not an easy track to drive, and Junior was really fucking good at Pocono. I'm a Dale Jr. truther.
And his crew chief, Matt McCall, they'll be looking to capitalize, and Kurt Busch looking for his 4th trip to victory lane here at Pocono, Dave.
If it wasn't for all the attention that was forced on Junior, he'd be remembered fondly like people talk about Greg Biffle. Because everybody remembers Biffle fondly. Junior won more races than Biffle and was better than him. Just an Xfinity. Never won a cup race on a road course. Got really good at Sonoma late in his career. Nah, they just did Sonoma and Watkins Glen for like 25 or 30 years is all they did. Junior beat Ron Fellows, who was one of the world's greatest road racers, beat him at Watkins Glen when he was a rookie in the Busch Series. So. And then had a lot of good runs at Sonoma late in his career, but he was never a road course guy. Junior was a short track guy.
Our notebook at Hendrick Motorsports is actually not very good here at Pocono. I would consider it one of our worst racetracks as a team. And to his point, Rick, the last driver to win here for Hendrick Motorsports, some guy named Earnhardt Jr. and the crew chief.
The last Hendrick driver to win at Pocono was some guy named Dale Jr. And if I remember correctly, he did it twice in a row. Huh.
The race breakdown on what we're going to see today.
Well, it's really.
Pocono has like road course tendencies. They say it's kind of like a road course, but just with all left turns.
Around the tricky triangle, Pocono, 14-degree bank in turn 1. Then you go down straight away into the tunnel turn.
Matt Kenseth's not that much better than Junior. Junior was hurt most of his career. You're full of shit and you're young and don't know. But I know because I was alive and watching those races to know that Junior kicked Matt Kenseth's ass in the Busch Series 3 years in a row and then won more cup races than Kenseth faster. And then when DEI fell apart is when Kenseth started winning more and Junior stopped winning as much. But for the first few years of their career, Junior blew Matt Kenseth away. But DEI fell apart. Lap 12. Yeah.
I mean, you're only halfway to a 25-lap stage. Doesn't really open up the window. I think that's going to be the first place where we see the field truly split. The strategy racetrack and the strategy can be strategies.
If DEI didn't fall apart, Junior would have won as many races as Kenseth did.
Junior, to your point, the back half might decide to come, the front might stay out. It's going to be a splitting point in the race when it comes to when you should win.
Yeah, you're only 15. That's what I'm saying. You weren't around.
It does, and that red and yellow 22 will
I watched them race each other.
Place to start, but his day began even better when he was able to greet a
Junior was on the same level as Kenseth, but the fucking race team Junior was driving for fell apart right at the same time that Roush, who Kenseth was driving for, put 5 fucking cars in the chase. There was 10 cars in the playoffs. 5 of them were Roush cars. Meanwhile, Junior was driving for a team that was fucking falling apart and still winning.
Trying to rescue seniors from their burning complex, and Jared lost his
5 fucking cars in the chase while DEI was falling apart simultaneously.
York, so thankful for his service, and they wanted to do something nice. Joey said, absolutely, I'll spend some time with Logan.
Oh, they're going green this time.
A great start for Joey Logano, spending time with that family.
All right, personal prop bet. Who eats shit first?
Drivers do on a daily basis that we just don't have.
A back marker car, probably.
Heroes out there on the racetrack.
Quinn House
in
racing.
everyday life.
Yeah. Yeah, Quinn House here, so somebody's got to call some cautions.
So Steve, the competition caution at lap 12. It's a doubleheader weekend, which means this is the first race of 2.
I love those double headers. I loved how many we had last year. Because of COVID, we had a bunch last year, and it was great. The best one was Dover. I thought the Dover doubleheader last year was really great. I'm hoping in the future we get the Nashville double. Short track on Saturday night, Super Speedway on Sunday. Steve Park was another guy who was good but kept getting hurt. Steve Park was really good. Green flag. It's only a 325-mile race. Look how sluggish these slow-ass cars look. I know they're not up to speed yet, but they take off really slow. Hey, look, Larson's already like 2 car lengths ahead of everybody. 3 car lengths. Look at how fucking quick already Larson's stretching out his lead. They've just come out of 1. Logano passed Byron on the outside for 2nd. Better catch that draft to the 5 car while you can still get it. For some reason, traction compound actually works at Pocono. Ross Chastain's up to 3rd. Look at that. Good bet, Michael. Make out like bandits on this.
This is a racetrack where we will see.
Pocono's famous for a lot of early wrecks, as you saw in the truck race earlier. But we've made it through 1 lap of this one. I can't believe Kyle Larson is leading this race. What a shocking development. Now they're pretty much up to speed now that they've come down the front stretch the 2nd time. I got money in the 18 and money in the 42. I'm so glad I stole like $15 on Larson at Vegas before the odds makers realized how badass he was going to be.
Get way out of the gas, try to go back into it. See him bouncing over the tunnel. Those bumps get worse and worse every trip here, Jeff. He's got extremely rough.
The only thing surprising about these first 2 laps is that Larson's not even further ahead than he already is. We'll have to keep an eye on Chase. Like Chase started 29th because of getting DQ'd last week.
You see this draft he's getting down the front straightaway. Can he do anything with it? Is it a good idea to try to pull out and make this fast?
I don't know. You tell me.
You see his brother's car just bouncing around through those bumps.
Dirty air. You see what the air did to Kurt Busch's car there? That's all that was. As much as Kyle Busch went up the track, Kurt should have been able to pass him. By the way, Custer failed inspection 3 times, had to start in the back. Oh, and Chase has damage already. Well, good thing there's a competition caution coming, and it's on the left side. The more important side's the right side. The right side's okay, but the left rear quarter panel of Chase's car is all fucked up. They'll have to seal that off with bear bond or something. God, he got checked up and run into by the 37. Nobody's fault, just an accident. He means Priest. He saw the 37 and said Busher. It was Priest. Because Busher used to drive the 37.
You talk about these long straightaways, Junior. The last thing you want to do is pull a parachute. Yeah, that type of damage should definitely affect the speed and the pace of that car. He can't see it, though, so the driver really doesn't know what kind of damage it is. And I think one thing we got to remember, Chase Elliott would have started way up in the
Kevin Harvick passed Ross Chastain for 4th. Byron's up to 3rd. He must have passed Chastain when they weren't looking. That I said this weekend, I'm fascinated by a couple of things. Is Larson going to get to 5 in a row after tomorrow? And how is Harvick going to run here? I was like, this is the test for Harvick and Hamlin to see how they actually are. My opinion. This is like the biggest test for them. If Harvick and Hamlin shit the bed here, their season's over. You might as well just count them out. Yeah, Byron's going to pass Joey. Trying to. But yeah, this is the big week for Harvick and Hamlin.
Will not be surprised to see Harvick get up here and have a great run today. Great runs.
Chastain's car is starting to fade 5 laps in, but that's okay. There's a caution coming in a few laps. Kyle Busch got to the inside of Hamlin here. Oh, we got a lead change. William Byron just passed Larson. Did Larson have trash on the grill and want to let the 24 get in front? No, he's fine. Wow. What the hell happened? I'm stunned. William Byron passed Kyle Larson for the lead under green. Byron had really good odds coming into this. I'm still surprised. Yeah. They must have switched numbers on the 5 and the 24 this week, because I can't believe somebody just passed Kyle Larson under green and not through pit stops. Like Kyle Busch cycled in front of him once last week at Nashville. The last time Larson got passed before that, we were at Charlotte. Remember, Chase passed him under green, and Byron did. So Byron and Chase are the only 2 cars that have passed Kyle Larson in over a month. Yeah, Kyle Larson must have got bored or something. Interesting. Remember Larson's rookie year, he showed up here and got a top 5 when Junior won. That's one thing that sticks out to me about that race. The first Pocono race Junior won was like, holy shit, Kyle Larson's fourth.
Is very, very proud of that color on the race car right now, that greenish yellow color. It's called electrolyte, and it's their color.
2 guys in over 5 weeks have passed Larson, and that's it. Okay, if you count the All-Star race, Keselowski in the All-Star race for like a lap because Chase got loose under Larson. So what happened with Larson here?
I'm trying to understand what happened. Don't see any big problems with Kyle Larson, but clearly had some sort of issue on the exit of turn 1.
I thought he might have hit the apron or something and lost speed, but how do you lose that much speed? Well, everybody's hoping that the engine on the 5 car doesn't make it. That's the best you can hope for. Hamlin and Chastain are side by side right now. Hamlin and Harvick both look really good.
You just heard he said he used the PJ1, so he ran that top lane and got that major momentum run.
Hamlin and Harvick looking good early. Kyle Busch as well. Logano's losing ground big time, but he's still third because it's hard to pass. So Larson's not completely happy with the handling of his car.
Since 2014 with Junior and Steve, Cliff told me, hey, we're starting over. We're treating this as a brand new
I love watching a cup race and they talk about, oh, the last time that whatever happened here, Junior won. Well, yeah, you fucking tell them.
That affords us the opportunity to come here, learn today, be better for tomorrow. Without that great notebook, that's the way we had to approach Pocono this time around.
Yeah, so the doubleheader, basically, without damage, these cars will be the same ones these drivers will compete in tomorrow. The only way you go to a backup is if there's
So if the race ended now, Corey LaJoie would start on the pole tomorrow. He's in the magical number 20 spot. Yeah.
But you do get to get the car back.
Look at this battle here. Boy, it's weird seeing Keselowski in that 2 car all of a sudden, knowing that he ain't going to be in it much longer. That's the same paint scheme they drove at Darlington, too. I like that car. That black number 2.
So, you want to run up inside that top 20. It helps your opportunity again for tomorrow. You see the 2 of Brad Keselowski, another driver we talked about in pre-race, slowly moving up through the field.
Robert, don't post spoilers. We're way behind because we're watching on the app. And I can't see the leaderboard. I've got my computer mostly closed.
I think he's wanted to kind of make a statement on
Kyle Busch under Harvick. Wow. A pass at Pocono. Kyle Busch has passed Harvick. Chastain's dropped to 7. We have a caution. Debris in the tunnel turn. Turn 2, there's debris. This will serve as the competition caution then. Yeah. A piece of metal in 2. Could be off of Chase's car maybe. And yeah, that would shred a fucking tire. And guys do run that high there. It's all Kyle Busch doing it a lot in the truck race. Yeah. We're going to have a 1-lap sprint to the competition yellow. This should serve as the comp caution. I hope it does. Yeah, Robert, like I said, this race is on NBCSN. My cable only has the standard def channel, so I'm using the app on my smart TV to watch in 4K or whatever. And it's way behind most other broadcasts. So it's like 35 to 45 seconds behind. We're pretty far back.
Now the strategy game starts, right? Who pits here, who doesn't, you're going to...
Good luck. I remember last year when they were at Pocono, I couldn't keep up with the fucking strategies. It's like a road course.
As crazy as this sounds, Rick,
NASCAR's telling them, get a good shot of us picking up the debris so they know it's legitimate. That's why if they never show the debris, I'm like, you're full of shit. Because if it was there, you'd show it. To be like, look, we're not full of shit. That's what I just said.
You're looking at like a road course and a jigsaw puzzle, and you're just not sure what's the most important part to complete. You want to have track position, but everybody's fighting for the same thing, so it's not quite that.
If I'm in the back, if Chase Elliott's obviously going to pit here.
Download the official app of NASCAR and follow the action with free live.
You by any chance, Ricky Bubby? How'd you get in the video game so fast? That's the funniest shit in that movie. How'd you get in the video game so fast?
Coming in here today, what a beautiful view. So many cameras as far as the eye can see, and we've got a great perspective of it here.
I'm Ricky's girlfriend. Is that right? Yeah, we met in the bar. We had sex. Well, I wish I could have been there to see that. Is that right?
You tell Kyle to take him out. Every fan out there was
Ricky's passing you. You mean like he's passing me in my thoughts? No, he's actually passing you. Pit road's open. Who's pitting? Ross Chastain. I'm not surprised. He was falling off big time. Keselowski, DiBenedetto, Truex, Bubba. Bunch of cars in the back. Chase Elliott, obviously, with his damage. Front runners stay out there. Yeah, Chastain was bad there for a bit. I'd love to see that 2-car win, get a race win diecast of that. You know, another collection I want to have? The race win diecast from every race I've ever been to. I could do it. Because I've seen Mark Martin's 02 600 car. That'd be the first one I'd have to get.
Looks like it's going to be 4 tires for most of these guys. Actually 2 for Truex as well for Matty B.
I saw Truex's 2017 Fall Charlotte win the other day, and I was like, I want it because I was at that race.
Loose the word, and they'll do a little repair to the 9 and
Not bad luck.
You get fucking DQ'd for something that wasn't your fault. Got to start in the back, and you get hit because you started in the back, and now you got to spend the whole race fixing the left rear. Way to go, 9 team. Get them fucking wheels tight next time. How about it? Damn, we're in a tight spot.
Chase wasn't in a tight spot.
Yeah. Oh, you like that? Cat-like reflexes. Man, I'm hungry, but I'm going to try not to eat till after the race. When is NBCSN going to go away and they'll put the race on USA Network so I can watch it on sync with everybody else? I know there's some races on. Road America's on regular NBC next week, so I'll be watching that on my cable. Football season, though, is tough because most of the playoff races are on NBC. But for the sake of my stream, I want to watch it on the app so I can have my cable on the other TV watching football at the same time. So
that's the best time. Watching football and race.
Some days it annoys me, but I like it because if the race sucks, I'll just start watching football. Like keep up with the race and have it on.
Tennessee's odds to make the AFC Championship?
No, what are the odds?
Dude, they're like lower than middle of the pack.
That's
like
silly. Now, their defense, their pass rush sucks. That's probably why. But, like, I was thinking the other day, because I saw that list going around, the 50 best players currently in the NFL, as according to Pro Football Focus, which are full of shit. And then Colin Cowherd did his top 10 players, not by position, just top 10 players. And I mostly agreed with his list. And I was like, shit, the Titans have 2 of the top 10 best players on their offense. If I made a list of top 10 best players in the NFL, not by position, just any player, Julio Jones and Derrick Henry is going to be in my top 10. And they're both with the Titans now. Top 10 best players in the NFL off the top of my head. And no, I'm not ranking them in any particular order. These are just the 10 best that come off the top of my head. Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, Aaron Donald, Patrick Mahomes, Quentin Nelson, Aaron Rodgers, and then I have to probably think about the others. But those are like the ones that come to the top of my head.
A better view on the AFC Championship
Devin White.
odds, the Titans have the same odds as the Colts and Broncos to make the AFC Championship.
Wow, the Broncos are fucking trash too. That's insulting.
The Broncos have the 5th best odds.
I don't know where Devontae's in the top 50 list. He'd be close to my top 10, honestly. But like I said, no particular order. Julio, Derrick Henry, Mahomes, Rodgers, Quentin Nelson, Aaron Donald, probably Devin White. Devin White's the best linebacker I've seen in forever. He's fucking insane. Every time I watch the Bucs, I'm like, Devin White is everywhere. He's more important to the Bucs than Brady is. Fact. Brady played like shit down the stretch and in the playoffs. Defense won that Super Bowl.
Fast and furious work, especially out of that 9 team already, as they were working on the body of that car trying to get it ready again.
You know what Kansas City's AFC
Last week we heard a pretty
Pretty fucking good, I'd imagine.
Unhappy with the handling of his race car today, a little animated again.
I can see a Bucs-Chiefs rematch easily happening in the Super Bowl. So we're going to restart with 13 to go on the stage. Same deal up front. Byron, Larson, Logano. So it's Byron, Logano front row, Hamlin, Larson second row. Teammates on the outside. Larson's going to give Byron a great shove here. Much better push on the top with the Hendrick teammates. They've been good about this all year, especially Byron and Larson. They did that at Homestead. Byron doesn't win Homestead without Larson's help. Larson shoved him past Truex late. Logano and Kyle Busch. And then Stenhouse and Kurt Busch behind them.
Look at Harvick also with the momentum.
Joey and Kyle taking each other
Joey with that little move to the right, trying to
So
slow
Byron
down
gets
the
ahead with the
round
lead.
now.
Larson second, Kyle Busch into third.
Taking advantage of that TJ1
Kyle Busch has got a
traction compound on the racetrack.
Kyle Busch has already been run into once today in a truck race.
Inside line of the restart is all the way back to 5th place. Not even completing a lap here. It's going to be really hard for anybody on that bottom line to make anything happen on these restarts. That top line, those top 3 drivers.
Suarez has had good runs at Pocono in the past.
Just absolutely made a huge advantage. Larson's a teammate to Byron, helped him all the way down the front straightaway, but Byron also has the wall to sort of box that driver in.
Whoa, we got a wreck in the back. Custer just got hooked on the front stretch and crashed hard.
Damage to the front.
It looks like a situation where either he got clipped again.
Look at the fucking right front on Custer's car. He got hooked. Somebody probably got a run and went to pull out and make a pass and hit him. Totally missed it. If it was Priest, I'm going to laugh because he already run him to chase. I can't believe more cars weren't in that wreck.
I'm going to go out on a limb.
He was on old tires, but Chastain,
Yeah.
Keselowski, Matty D, Blaney, they were all kind of
Because it's NBC, I know we got a good replay of it. It's not Fox. That Custer's out. God, that's a nasty hit. That's as hard as you can hit just going down a straightaway.
Decent speed at that race, but another poor finish today for Colton.
Custer's having a hell of a time in Cup since he's come up to Cup. He's just had a hell of a time. Kentucky win notwithstanding, he's had a fucking hell of a time.
A short day for him.
And remember, guys, back up for tomorrow.
So yeah, here's there's Ross. Oh, Custer clear himself. Brad saw that Custer was coming up and was going to sweep to the bottom to try to make a pass, and they just crossed.
And Brad said, you know what? I'm going to dive to the inside.
Brad had to run. Custer went to block the high side, and they just crossed each other up, and Custer paid the price.
And they came together.
Damn. Got lucky nobody.
That looked like 2009 Brad Keselowski.
We'll see if there's some damage to the front end of the 2 car.
Tough scene for Cole Custer.
I've got too big a run on this guy.
You get a run with this stupid aero package, you better take it, and that's what Brad was doing. Custer didn't think he was going to make the run because Custer's just coming up to slot into line. Just misjudged. Damn, son.
Nothing Cole did there. I think
Nothing Brad did, nothing Cole did, but it's more Brad's fault than Cole's.
Let's listen to Brad, see what he says.
Yeah, nothing intentional.
He changed his mind. What he wants coming to the block changed.
That's one way to say it, Brad.
Kelly.
And from what I could hear from Cole Custer, he said, sorry, guys. I think he said, I thought he was going to stay up there. That's what it
See,
said.
even Custer already knows he didn't do it on purpose.
Between those 2 drivers
Yeah.
there. But Cole Custer,
One of them, as they say, racing deals.
Cole Custer did wrong there.
Custer didn't do nothing wrong.
Up, right? He didn't go up and take away the line from Brad. I don't think Brad did it on purpose, but
No.
clearly Brad just misjudged that.
Brad's not the kind of guy to do that shit on purpose. Especially this point in the race. I like if you watch long enough, you know drivers' tendencies, and I can confidently say he didn't do that shit on purpose. I've been watching Brad literally his whole career. Brad years ago was a lot like Chastain. He would run over people, not on purpose, but just being aggressive.
I just like how initially it's like, oh, Chastain was around him.
I'm going to bring Brad in to check the nose because he's got damage there.
Flip this whole situation, get track position, and now they're going to be racing from behind. You see Mustang below.
Hopefully Chase will come back down and they'll take another look at his car. These early cautions are good for Chase. Yeah, look at the dent in the 2. God, they hit hard. They got to seal that off. That could have fucked his radiator up if it was any worse. There's nothing between the radiator and the front fucking bumper of the car. You can't put shit in there anymore.
The ductwork directing the air through the radiator. If that gets knocked loose, then the car runs warm just because the air is not being pushed through the radiator. The one thing I am thankful if I'm the 2 team is that splitter is still straight. It did not pull the splitter up in the middle of that car. That would be game over if you affect that.
Was Junior Splitter straight that time he hit the grass at Texas? Could have won that race.
Judged it. Keselowski gets in the back to 41. Cole Custer's day is done.
Well, if it had done that going into turn 1, Cole Custer might not be alive.
Boy, Stuart Haas is having such a good season. They're having such a good time this year. The fun never stops at Stuart Haas Racing. And they're worse now than whenever Danica was driving. That's pretty sad. But she was worse she looked worse when she was bagged as hell. All of her teammates won races.
Now that race must be pretty boring.
NASCAR nap. Nap car. That's one of the favorite boomer comments. Nap car. I don't watch nap car anymore.
Oh, dude, of course. That dude I commented on, when he put the picture, he was at Pocono. It's because he's in front of the 51's pit box.
Yep.
I mean, he beat Jimmy in IndyCar.
So, I got to remember that SRX is at 8 o'clock because last week I almost forgot because I was coughing, losing my voice. And I was like, good, Xfinity race over. I'm going to go lay down. And then at like 7:30, I said, oh shit, SRX comes on in 30 minutes. So SRX is at 8 tonight. I guess I'll stream it. Wow, we got a viewer who's at the track.
I was going to ask that earlier.
You're in Pocono near turn 3? Wow. I went to Darlington and Charlotte. I'd like to go to Daytona. I still don't know about Daytona. I want to go. I'll let you know. I'll try to give you a heads up. Worst case scenario, we just go to the Cup race and we're there for like that night and then just go the fuck home the next day.
What, Daytona?
Yeah, like I want to do the Xfinity race, but I was thinking maybe we just cut the Xfinity race out and go to the fucking Cup race.
I'm fine with that.
Work's picking up again though for me. Luckily, I was really worried this week, but I still ain't going back to Angles. Fuck that. Third shift sucks. Infield turn 3 or just at the start of the front stretch off of 3? So he's literally watching the race in real time. God knows how far behind my fucking stream is. Because we're watching on the NBC app.
He's like, oh, Kyle Larson just won. How far behind are you?
He's like, what the fuck? You guys are only in stage 1? Kyle Larson's fucking already won the race. Go home. Can't believe Byron was able to make that pass. Larson's car did not like the traction compound. He complained about handling a little bit. They haven't pitted yet. The car's up front.
If anybody can tell you what's going in a race car, it's Kyle Larson.
My first job was working at my first real job was working at a plastic plant not far from my house. Not fun. Operating a machine all day. If I had something to listen to, I didn't have an iPod or a good phone or anything back then, so I just kind of had to work and be bored all day. That sucked. That was my first real job. All right, Byron, Kyle Busch, Kurt Busch, Larson, the front 2 rows. The Hendrick teammates didn't get as good of a push that time, but they're going to get it here at the end of the front stretch. Kurt's not pushing his brother nearly as hard as Larson's pushing Byron. Hey, ask Blaney how hard Kyle Larson can push into a corner. Remember Kansas? And Kyle Busch clears Larson for second. That was a good drive into 1 there. I picked Kyle to win me money today because I knew he'd figure out how the track's going to be in the truck race. Now the traction compound's going to work. And the Cup cars are as similar to the trucks as they've ever been, so I thought it was a good bet today. Because I'm not picking Larson because I'm not going to win any money. Kyle Busch going for the lead on William Byron. There it is. And here comes Larson into the picture. So Kyle Busch takes the lead. Wow, we've had 2 green flag lead changes at Pocono in a Cup race. 7 to go, stage 1. Busch, Byron, Larson.
Somebody's got in and through turn 2 better and taken that momentum and been able to make the pass.
Pocono is a good track. It wants to have good races, no matter how bad the aero package or the cars are. It wants to have good races. Kyle Busch not as good through turn 1. Look at the run down the back Byron has. He might have a run to take to the bottom here. Larson will push him if he has to. Next time they get on the long straightaway, Larson will get up under him and shove him to Kyle Busch and give him a run into the next corner.
Talk about the draft, Steve. That beach ball effect that we have at Daytona and Talladega is here as well. You drive up on a guy.
Remember he had that damage. They probably pitted a few times.
That's exactly how it works.
Here's where we explain air. Boy, I hope the next gen car doesn't have these fucking problems.
The air sort of rolls and tumbles off of the back of the spoiler. And it's very disturbed right on the back bumper there.
Look at this run into one Byron gets. So the fact that Byron gets such a good run into one, you know what that tells me? Hendrick cars are faster than Gibbs cars. That's why he gets such a run down the front stretch into one and closes up on Busch, but the dirty air kind of holds him back. And then turn 2, I think Kyle's a little better. Kyle Busch is a little better in 2. That time they're pretty even.
Yeah, so the run you get, the best thing to do.
Let's watch them into 3.
Pull to the left or the right of that lead car before you get to
Kyle's got all 4 tires in the traction compound. So does Byron. Pretty even off the corner, but watch Byron close in down the front stretch here.
It's really tough. You got to get some pretty big runs on these guys.
Drivers, do you see those fans off on the right side when you come out of turn 3 here? I mean, that long straightaway where all those people are standing on their feet cheering you on.
Oh, yeah, excellent turn 4 of any racetrack.
Well, congratulations on going to your first race, Rays. It's cool. I've been going to races for 20 years. My first time at the track was in 2001. I was at Charlotte Motor Speedway in 2001. First full race was the 02 Coke 600 for me. That was the first one I ever went to and stayed the whole race. Mark Martin won. I'd love to get the Mark Martin race win diecast, because it's one of them that has the orange spoiler on it, because it was a Winston race. It was a Winston Million race. Mark Martin won some lady a lot of money, I remember. I don't think they shift. The horsepower is so low, I don't think they shift here anymore, because you just want to be as fast as you can the whole way. When they were running higher horsepower, yeah, you'd be shifting.
Yeah, we saw the performance of that car last week. You're right. I think they're making
It's sprinkling, by the way. It's raining. You see that on Harvick's onboard? Rays, please be our weatherman since you're at the racetrack, but I can see rain on the onboard cameras right now. Not a lot, though. But Harvick's onboard is sprinkling. But they're coming to the end of the stage. Hopefully they can run out the stage, and then the rain will stop under caution. Wow, Larson's third and losing ground. Larson is third and losing ground to Kyle Busch and William Byron. Oh, God, season over. Kyle Larson is running third. Kevin Harvick's had to have a Matt Kenseth kind of year because they don't have the speed, but he's still high in points and getting good finishes. That's the Matt Kenseth year for Kevin Harvick. Not necessarily the overall speed, but good results. And he's catching the best car in the series right now, so Harvick's having a good day. Now the sun's starting to come out. Cars are pitting before pit road closes at the end of the stage. So this will put Almirola up front at the start of the next stage. Because it looks like Kyle Busch, Byron, and Larson are going to play for points. If I'm Larson, I'd play for the playoff point. He better hope Busch and Byron pit coming off a 3 next time, though.
Those 3. This is really your last opportunity if you're back in the pack. The leaders could pit the first time, and as Kyle Busch stays on the racetrack, this will close pit road. The concern, though...
I said at the start of my truck race stream today, Mike, 20% chance of rain at Pocono means 50% chance anywhere else. So we'll just say 50% chance, and it was sprinkling, but it's nothing that's going to stop a race.
I think some of these cars thought he might be. There you see it right there. The cars are pitted coming off of turn 1. Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch is the leader. Byron second. Bell, Bowman, and Almirola should stay on the lead lap here. Logano's passing Harvick for 4th. That's surprising. I thought Harvick was closing in on Larson, but he must have lost his nose off the back of Larson's car. Dirty air. I'm going to win money twice in one day. Now the sun's out, and Kyle Busch just put his teammate a lap down.
Great strategy to come before the end of the stage, but you have to stay in the lead lap.
Well, you're going to get the free pass, which still renders your strategy null and void. And Kyle Busch can't slow down to give his teammate the lap back, because then Byron will take the lead and win the stage. A little bit on the straightaways. And I'm sure Kyle doesn't mind, because his old crew chief, Adam Stevens, is the crew chief for the 20 now, and they hate each other. So I'm sure Kyle's doing this to be a dick to his old crew chief. They have openly said they don't like each other. Kyle Busch called his crew chief a quitter for going to work with Christopher Bell instead of staying with him. It looked pretty fucking rainy when they came through one that time. You see that? It's sunny at one side of the track, and it looked rainy in one. I was worried that they were just going to fucking lose it and spin out, which would have been funny because it's Kyle Busch. I have been through Poconos once in my entire life, but I've watched racing from Pocono for 25 years. I know how it is. It's going to rain at some point. Hopefully it just stays like it is. Kyle Busch wins stage 1. Yeah, Karen, he gets his lap back, but he doesn't get the track position he would have gained if he stayed on the lead lap. Because if he stayed on the lead lap, he'd cycle through and be about 3rd or 4th place. But now he's going to get the free pass at the start at the back anyway. But he'll be on the lead lap.
I hope rain shortens it now. We can just add 100 laps to tomorrow's race.
Yeah, but Kyle Busch is in a tough spot there. I know you don't want to lap your teammate, but if he lifts, Byron is going to fly by him because that's how stupid these cars are. If you lift at all, the guy behind you is not lifting. So you literally have to just keep your foot down. So that was a tough spot, but I'm sure Kyle didn't care about putting Adam Stevens' car a lap down.
Well, they said the only reason he fell back like that, he had almost a 17-second pit stop.
Yeah. So, yeah, the bad pit stop's what put them in that situation. So it's their fault. It's the crew's fault for putting Bell in that situation. But Almirola and Bowman should be up front now because these guys will pit. Yeah, Kyle Busch called Adam Stevens a quitter, which I thought was funny. For anybody who didn't see the truck pre-race earlier, did you guys see Kyle Busch's interview before the race where he got mad at Todd Bodine and started being an asshole? We talked about that during the truck race stream. It was pretty funny.
What if instead of drops, rain fell all at once? Like a thick sheet of water just goes thwop.
You know, that's what it looked like a few years ago. They had Xfinity practice at Daytona, and they're all just going down the back, and all of a sudden you just see water flying up, and cars start spinning out on the straightaway. It's like, oh, shit, it's raining. It was like that fast. All-Star race in 2001. It's drizzling. Green flag. Turn 1, wreck. It was like that fast.
And
so.
Some guys like, fun fact, this is what would happen if there was no air resistance, and it would actually come down so fast it would kill us.
The rain would come down so fast it'd kill us.
Yeah.
Science, don't you love it? I love science. She blinded me with science. Boy, my diecast collection's getting lonely. I need new cars, Dylan. This 2014 Daytona 500 race win made me happy for a solid month or so, but now I'm like, yeah, I need more. I'm getting bored of looking at the same ones. That's the thing. I get bored looking at them, and I have to see them every day. I want more.
I bought some 187s yesterday.
What, they make them that small?
Dude, they got at Walmart. They're like it's a 2-pack.
Oh, I think I remember I had some of those.
I got Jimmy Johnson and Chase Elliott.
I had a little NASCAR racetrack thing, and it came with 187s.
I mean, you get a Starlet Darling 2007 Waste Management.
I'm telling you, to satisfy my urge, I just need to start buying 164s again. But they're not as cool as the 124s. But I really want some 164s. Kyle Busch was mad at Todd Bodine because of a question Todd asked him in a pre-race about if he could change something he did in the past or whatever. I can't remember what the question was, but it set Kyle off. He got pretty mad. The leaders are pitting.
He told his team, my bad for losing the lead. I just hit the splitter in turn 2. Little snug in traffic. Adjustments.
Oddly, Kurt Busch stayed out. Did you guys notice that? And Kurt Busch was on the same strategy as Byron Busch and Larson. So.
Larson up front. He said the car got looser the longer he ran, and he was, quote, almost...
At least without Larson dominating, it is a pretty compelling race. Kyle Busch just got held up on pit road. And it looks like... two-tire stop gets Eric Jones in front of the 18. A bunch of guys stayed out who obviously pitted. Most of them pitted before the end of the stage. So Logano and Kurt Busch stay out. They haven't pitted at all yet.
Peace of mind. Is it knowing that you're...
God, I wish Google a picture of a 187? Google those guys, because if they're the ones I'm thinking of, they're pretty fucking tiny. It's funny.
They're like this big.
You know why? You know why I don't like 164s? Back in the day, 164s were great. But when you get into the COT era and the Gen 6 era, the 164s don't look good. The COT 164s are lazy because, you know, the splitter braces on the COT. I wish I had a fucking COT with the splitter braces. But, you know, the splitter braces, they weren't on the 164s. They would, like, put these ridges on the front of the car. And if you look at it, it looks like they're there. But when you look at the side, it's like, those ain't splitter braces. Those are just part of the front end of the car that you painted to look like them. And that kind of turned me off. I think I got like 2 COT 164s in there, actually, of Junior. His amp car and his National Guard car from 2008. The wing on the back was cool, but the front end of the car, it's like, yeah, these ain't as good as the old 164s. And the Gen 6 164s just look off to me. They don't look right. But they are cheap. But the 124s is my weakness, and they cost way more. Fucking at least $35 fucking dollars, unless you get a dumbass who doesn't know what he's got. $35 to me is a fucking lot for paying for a damn car. But I got Junior's last ride, 2017 Homestead car for $30.
Try and never go to the post office again.
Good health starts with good sleep and a ring. Aura is the most accurate and personalized health technology wrapped around your finger. With advanced sensor technology, Aura interprets your body's signals like heart rate, body temperature, and the quality of your sleep, delivered through 3 simple scores specific to you: readiness, sleep, and activity. The better you sleep, the better you. Get your Aura ring today.
A packed infield here at Pocono for the NASCAR Cup Series. PoconoOrganics.com, 325 on NBC. Right in the middle of it all. Jack.
We are deep in the heart of camper world down here. Found some fans from
Camper World.
Came out to their first trip with an itinerary. Look at this drive, 10 hours. That's an easy check. Attend the first doubleheader. That's a big attempt. Like the rest of the NASCAR world, they were here in spirit a year ago. Attend the first doubleheader with fans. A big check. Look at this one, though. Meet Rutledge. How about Rutledge Wood? He's on a one-name basis like LeBron. Back over to you, my friend.
What? Oh, that's beautiful. You know what? One of our friends, Jeremy Sides, camera guy, saw that earlier. We sent them a video before.
We didn't like COTs, but the COT diecast cars look cool. The 124s are awesome. So it's Logano, Riddick, Bubba, Kurt Busch, Benedetto, Ross Chastain up front. Some of these guys have not pitted at all. They're just going to pit in the middle of this stage, which is interesting. I'm not sure what the fucking strategy is going to be for these guys, but it got them track position. The fact that Larson hasn't dominated yet is a good sign if you want to be entertained. Ryan Newman goes 3 wide. Further back, Kurt Busch showed Logano out to the lead. Chastain's third. They get away clean. Oh my God, Kyle Busch 4 wide off of 1. Byron put him 4 wide. They sorted out. Oh wow, Hamlin and Byron touch. Kyle Busch is not having a good time back there. 3 wide in the fucking tunnel turn. Harvick. Oh. Harvick almost put Kyle Busch in the wall, but he had a car under him too, so there wasn't a lot of room there. They went 4 wide into the tunnel in the truck race. Don't know how the hell they didn't wreck. Sort it out, you fucks. Logano, Kurt Busch, Chastain, Blaney, Truex. Strategy's got him up front. Right now, the winner of the strategy of the guys playing for points is Larson. He's in front of Busch and Byron, so Larson's in good shape. Doesn't have the track position, but he's in front of the guys on the same strategy as him, so he's doing good. Oh, boy, Kyle Busch got a run. Larson went in the middle, got held up by the 43. Looks like Charlotte. So now Kyle Busch got back in front of Larson. Yep, now they're trading the position back and forth. That's the race for those guys on that strategy. The race for the lead is going on in the middle of the pack. It's Busch and Larson. And now Byron's in it too. I'm not used to looking for that car. It doesn't even look like a William Byron car.
Kind of freight trained him a little bit.
William Byron moving out, trying to get some clean air.
Trying to get away from the 5 car.
So Kyle Busch in front of Larson for 13th.
Can he stop in front of that 11 or he's there off of turn 1?
Oh, we're only on lap 32 of 130. We're 7 laps into stage 2, and Larson clears Busch down the back. Kyle gets pushed from his teammate. He doesn't take the run into the tunnel turn. I wouldn't have either. Larson's back in front of Kyle Busch. We're talking about the race for 13th because the guys up front are just up there on a weird strategy deal. They're not going to be up there for long.
That grip right here in that PJ1, you got to get in that. But if you get pushed and you get a run, dude, what do? Do you go to the inside? Well, you might lose.
Well, these races for the second stage is way longer than the first. Is always so weird.
Some of the drivers that haven't been running come pit road.
Well, we said they can go 40 or 42 on fuel, but we've had 9 laps of yellow, so that's going to gain you a few laps. So I bet they're going to be able to run about 45 or 47 laps. I think we heard it from Joey Logano under that last yellow a little bit.
Bowman and Almirola got to be mad. I didn't expect people to just stay out.
All right, -1 red. They go pop the line. 12 cars behind us. Stay now.
I mean, there's no fall off tires.
Remember what I said before the race, tires didn't mean shit. You just heard TJ say tire fall off don't mean anything.
Clean air and go ride. That's Paul Wolf basically saying tires.
Like I said, whatever gets you out front, do it.
They don't slow down, Marty, so he's going to put the driver of the 22 out front. It's stress-free out front and a great read of what kind of race car you have.
Yeah, because the 3 best cars are in the middle of a shitstorm right now.
And same for Kurt Busch, who also is right behind him in the 2nd spot. Talk to Matt McCall, his crew chief. They have yet to stop either. And because there's been 9 laps of caution today, he said they could go to lap 48 or so. Then that puts them connecting it to 91 as you're right on board with the Monster Energy Cam. So
them early cautions helped the strategy for these guys too. Oh, Hamlin, Byron, and Kyle Busch. Larson's starting to separate from Kyle Busch and Byron back there.
Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Byron. These guys with the class of the field up front, they cycle back because of the pit stops, and they have not moved. They're stuck in basically 13th, 14th, and 15th. You have to get the strategy right. Kelly, you just are not going to drive from 15th for the lead.
I'm sure when it comes time for stage 3, these guys will switch up whatever strategy they got to do to be up front. They're the 3 best cars. The 5, the 24, and the 18 are the best cars.
But all of a sudden, turn 1 was like ice. His crew chief thinking maybe it had something to do with that brief rain shower. And then moments ago, Kyle asked his spotter if he sees the spotter for the 11 car for his teammate Denny Hamlin. That's Chris Lambert watching down for Denny Hamlin. He said, if you see Chris Lambert, give him the double bird for me since I can't see him myself. So apparently not too happy with his teammate at the moment.
Kyle Busch is mad at Denny.
They have been in a fight. All these 4 cars, Larson. Byron.
Hell, Denny's doing all he can. He tried to shove Kyle past Byron a couple of times.
Tell our spotter to give his spotter the double bird. He sees it.
You saw that lead change a little while ago, a position change rather. Here you go, 2 cars side by side. Larson was underneath the 43 car.
See how bumpy it gets the closer you get to the apron on the backstretch.
Easily jumps to the inside, has him 3 wide, making so much draft it slows him down. He took advantage of it. That's what you're going to have to do all day. You're going to have to try to find those opportunities.
I feel like what I'm watching up front doesn't even matter.
Oh, he wants to give the birds to Denny.
So
Yeah, he's mad at Denny.
Now we've heard it. I've heard of a lot of messages through the spotter, but never.
I didn't see anything that Kyle Busch had any reason to be mad about with Denny, but his patience is already worn thin after that truck race.
These cars are running up on some a little bit slower.
Remember, Bowman pitted before the end of the stage, and Larson's already run him down.
Chase Briscoe.
This
Now Larson, yeah.
This is where you have to be careful. If you don't clear them and you get caught side by side, it's going to slow you down so much. Then William Byron's trying to make that move. So what's Busch going to do?
He's going to try to push you. He's like, I'm not trying to pass you. I'm trying to push you. Sit still.
Is this tandem? Are they working together?
Look at that long bump draft down the front stretch.
Kyle Busch using Hendrick to beat him.
He was pretty convinced he was going to be under attack.
It takes a Hendrick car to beat. That's the racing equivalent of I'm going to beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker. Kyle Busch trying to shove Byron past Larson down the front stretch that time. Didn't work out, though. And here comes Hamlin because Byron and Busch are side drafting each other. See, Larson pulls away. They slow down. Kyle Busch sends it into 2, though. Larson on the apron. That's the line I run when I play the game. Whenever I get to turn 2 at Pocono, I hit the apron a bit. Yeah, won at Pocono a couple of times. Junior's right. If your car can hook that apron in the tunnel turn, you will make time. I do that shit in Heat 5 all the time. Don't do it in NASCAR 6, though. You can't touch the fucking apron in that game. You'll fucking wreck automatically. Briscoe puts Byron 3 wide in the middle with Newman. Let's see Briscoe get a good finish. He should have had one last week. Boy, when they're all in dirty air and it's even, the racing's incredible. When you get out front and there's one car in clean air and everybody behind him's fucked. That's why this package sucks.
That's why we haven't seen a camera view on the leaders pretty much this whole stage.
But when everybody's dealing with dirty air at the same time, it's pretty entertaining. This stage is really fucking long. This stage is almost the full length of the truck race. The truck race was 60 laps. This stage is 52. Yeah, it's almost the entire length of the truck race. Pocono's fun to drive in games and stuff. It's always been one of my better tracks whenever I race. I think I'm going to have to get me some more wings today. I can't help it. I wish food wasn't expensive so I could get a mess of wings and a fucking thick-ass burger from like Chili's or something. You want to go eat at Chili's after the race? I'm kind of serious. Oh, man. See, when I'm with other people, I spend money and don't think about it. But if I was by myself, I'd be like, I ain't spending money on Chili's. It's too expensive. Because SRX don't start till 8 o'clock.
This race won't be over at 8 o'clock.
Oh, yeah. Well, it will be. They can't race here at 8 o'clock because Pocono doesn't have lights. Last year, they almost did. They almost raced in the fucking dark last year because it fucking rained. They weren't going to start Pocono till 4 o'clock. And then it rains. And at the end of the race, drivers were like, we can't see. It's like it's getting dark. God, this Larson, Kyle Busch, Byron battle all fucking day. Here's Byron passing Busch again. Larson, I think now, based on what I see from that car, his handling's better than it was. He said the handling was better. He looks better now than both Byron and Busch handling-wise. Because he's been able to get away from him a little bit.
I think Byron's got the speed.
Byron's got the speed. I think Larson's got the handling now. Kyle Busch is just pissed off. That's the fuel in that 18 car is anger. We know he's got the talent, and their cars are good. They're really good. They're probably the next best thing to Hendrick cars right now.
I'd go and
for only $2.99 a month, you could go inside the headset.
That's how it feels to be behind
Kyle Busch is used to looking at the back bumper of Hendrick cars because Jimmy Johnson kicked his ass for a decade. 7-time champion. Tyler Reddick on pit road. It's about that time. He last pitted at lap 10 caution for debris. That's why Logano, Kurt Busch, and Chastain are on as well. That's a lot compared to Reddick, then. Goddamn.
It wasn't a fuel call for the 8, Marty. It was a strategy call.
You get cautions at Pocono, it does make fuel mileage come into play because you can save a lot of gas here. Logano's cruising with a 1.2 second lead, but he's got a pit soon. So does Kurt Busch, Chastain, Blaney Truex, Bubba. The car that'll be the leader is going to be Bowman right now. Bowman should be the leader here soon. Bowman or DiBenedetto, I think.
Time for a little bit of an audible. Nice work by the 18.
That's a pit strategy we talked about with NASCAR Scanner you can listen into. And so Logano out front, he is still a driver that needs to come to pit road, as does Kurt Busch. those two are running 1 and 2 right now that still have yet to come to pit road. You said that their window could be around 45, maybe even 47.
There's your battle for the lead soon. The 48, the 5, the 21, the 24, and the 18. 5 cars under a blanket. That'll be the battle for lead. And it's going to be Larson. He just passed the 48 into 3 pretty easily.
The 24 might.
48 ain't that strong today.
Kyle Busch, you talking about the fight going on. Kyle Busch trying that upper lane off the tunnel turn.
Kyle Busch almost hit the wall off of 2. Almost. Kept it off the wall.
Just trying to get in a little bit cleaner air, run that outside lane.
How did Jimmy Johnson luck into it when that 7th championship, Kyle Busch was right there and could have beat him? Because remember, at the end of the race, it was Busch and Johnson for the championship, and guess who won? Kyle Busch was in the same position as Jimmy Johnson when Carl Edwards wrecked in 2016. Larson, Bowman, Byron. It's going to be a Hendrick 1, 2, 3 now when this cycles through. But they'll have to pit halfway through the stage or a little past halfway through the stage. Hello, I'm doing good.
Him coming over and being the Cup crew chief for William Byron and listening to Chad Knaus and that knowledge that Knaus has about what these guys go through on a daily basis.
Well, you know, as I look at this 24 on racetrack, there's no way you can't look at that car without thinking about Jeff Gordon, the guy that made the 24 so famous and huge news out of Hendrick Motorsports.
I think
our friend Jeff won't be back in the Fox booth because he's taking a
that took me a long time to get used to.
Chairman role, basically number 2 to Mr. Hendrick.
We are on lap 44, but we're on lap 44 of 130. We're on lap 19 of 52 in stage 2. Strategies are all over the place, but Logano, Kurt Busch, Chastain, Blaney, Truex, Bubba, Keselowski have to pit soon. Larson, Bowman, and Byron will cycle through to the front, but then they'll have to pit at some point in this stage. Strategies are just fucked everywhere because we had some early cautions.
Here's Rick Hendrick, who's been in this for a long time. They've got the most wins.
Early cautions made it easy for some guys to pit early in the back and then stay out later and get to the front.
They're going to have to step aside, and someone else is going to have to run those companies. I think this was the first step that we saw.
Larson's won 8 of the last 11 stages.
So my confidence in Larson got mildly shaky, but now the position he's in, he's still going to fucking win this race. It's unreal.
Mr. H and number 2.
But if Kyle Busch wins, I get $9. If Chastain wins, I get 20.
That's what he wants right now. You see right there, Kyle Larson was able to get by Alex Bowman.
If Chastain wins and I get 20, I'd almost have to go to Chili's. Here comes Logano and Kurt Busch to the pits. What's up with Chastain behind him? He's probably not pitting yet, is he?
Number 2 to pit road for the very first time today with
Chastain gets the lead now, but he's got to pit in the next couple of laps.
So under green flag comes to pit road. Just a little bit of an air pressure adjustment for a race car that's a tick tight, Marty.
I know, I think Chastain put on like 10.
He's on the same deal as him. He should have to pit the next lap or 2.
Two-stop strategy. Their hope to go to around lap 90. That'll be their last stop of the day. We'll see if the two-stoppers pay off or not. And this is the team who needs stage points and need all the points they can get because of the fact they're trying to make their way into the playoffs.
And Kurt Busch came out of the pits ahead of Logano. Logano was ahead of him when they come in. Nice job, one team. How's Bubba in the top 5? This ain't right.
Come out and really the end of stage 2, they're going to be on old tires in traffic. But if you think this is the strategy to win the race, you want to be the lead car in the strategy. And we were on board with Kurt Busch.
Thought that was mine. I was about to get mad as hell.
Coming to pit road, man, he drove right onto Logano's bumper.
He put a lot of speed, but there's a lot of distance between them. Also, always up the racetrack and loses all of that advantage.
Kurt Busch just got super loose off of 2. His car didn't stick in the traction compound, and Logano's coming up on his back bumper now. I think Kurt's going to hold him off, but he lost a lot of ground. That's for position, not for the lead. They must have got Chase's car sorted out because, yeah, Michael, you're right. He's starting to move through the field. Junior's pointed out the dirty air effect that we all love. Dirty air. Yeah. Larson's got a 2-second gap on the guys. He's racing on the same strategy as him.
They probably don't have tons of grip taken off either, so you have to just
I can't believe Chastain and Blaney are still out here.
Overstepped the boundary. We saw Joey overstep it. Now they know what they got. Now they get into the rhythm.
Yeah.
He's still in front of him, though.
At least here, that would have been a good strategy here.
He's still in front of Logano.
There's that moment that Logano had
That
on
bad
the
strategy Chastain played, the 42 team played at Darlington when I was there, would have been good here.
and was able to get through there much better.
Still out front now is Ross Chastain leading at Pocono. Ryan Blaney
Basically, if you're
second.
confused, just turn off the race till stage 3. Because that's when it's like, okay, these are the guys on the right strategy. These are the guys up front. If you get confused. We get another road course next week. Road America. I'm so excited about Road America.
I'm not excited for caution laps.
Oh, God. I thought they did a great job at COTA with the cautions. I really did. And COTA's about as big as Road America, but Road America, for some reason in the past, it's been awful. Like, fuck. And then stages came in, and it was like, great, now we know we're going to be under caution for a half hour. I enjoyed the IndyCar race at Road America, even though it was mostly boring, but I was like, God damn, they're going fast, though, and these laps are ticking. I watched the whole race.
Chase for Road America?
I don't know. His odds will probably be so high it won't even be worth it. It'll be like 4-1 or something.
Well, Larson's will be better.
On a road course, it's tough to say, but yeah, as good as Larson at Sonoma and COTA changed things. Where it's like, holy shit, he can outrun Chase on a road course. Because Larson was probably going to win COTA. And then he outran Chase at Sonoma. Now, Sonoma was the one road course where Chase was like, I'm not as good there as everywhere else, but he's still really fucking good. And Larson just outran him all day. The fact that Chase was able to outrun Truex at Sonoma shows me, oh, he's just as good now there as he is every other road course. I can't speak.
English, please.
Yeah. How do words good? Something.
Now you sound like a boomer.
I love the boomer comments on Natalie Decker's ass pictures she posted recently.
Very much.
What about the one you saw that just said Danica Patrick in a thong? On a totally unrelated fucking post. It was some boomer guy. No. Boy, I drop that remote a lot. Must be durable. I fuck up and drop shit all the time. You know what's weird? We're watching this race, and then I get to come back again and do it tomorrow for longer, because tomorrow's race is a 350. This is a 325. Yeah, I'd like to see a weather-free race at Road America just based on how COTA went. But Road America is better for that. There's not a lot of places for standing water at Road America because there's a lot of hills and shit. Road America has a lot of elevation changes.
Where families come to have so much fun. Bushkill Falls, beautiful views here in this area, and obviously great racing as well at Pocono, which we are enjoying right now. And actually, Ross Chastain.
You know, Pocono has a road course layout.
Out of anyone, as he is up front, has Ryan Blaney behind him running in that second position.
Bubba.
Take a look at our Toyota.
Here we go, Toyota top performers. So they can talk about how Bubba's the, well, no, it's the second one. Truex the highest running. I was going to say Toyota top performers while Bubba's the highest running one, but no, it's Truex. Larson's top 5. The top 4 will have to pit before him, though.
Michael Jordan is here.
Bubba's got, the letters are rubbed off the left front of Bubba's car. He must have got into somebody early in the run after a restart. Because the fender looks funny and the letters are rubbed off the Goodyears. Mike, I want to see SRX at Michigan. That's what I want to see. When I think of IROC cars and shit, I think of Michigan. Look at that racist Kyle Larson. He's going to pass Bubba because he's racist. I'm kidding.
It amazes me how many people are saying
If NASCAR was rigged, they would not be letting Kyle Larson kick ass. Oh, we got a wreck. Ryan Newman just crashed off a 1 right in front of the leaders. Wow, Quinn Houff avoided an accident.
Did you see it?
He hit the bumps. Like I said, the apron on the backstretch is super bumpy. Newman crashed. Actually, I don't even think he crashed. I think he just blew a left rear. There's no damage on the right side of the 6. He looked like he was wrecking pretty bad. Yeah. They still got a pit before the end of the stage, but yeah. Hell, Chastain gets to pit now with fucking Larson and those guys and be in front of them. Good luck figuring out what's going on here, people. Even I'm confused, and I've been watching for 25 years.
Let's take a look at how this happened to Ryan.
I got to see Quinn Half back.
Flat left rear on the 6.
Looks like he's by himself. Oh, just getting loose here.
Or did he just get loose and spin out? Look at Newman. Oh, wow, he did back in pretty good, so the left rear's killed on the 6.
Hit the left front as well.
I thought he was wrecking worse than that.
Damage. Watch the back of this car just fold up when it hits.
Ooh.
He's in the gas, because typically sometimes when you...
He was in the gas trying to get the car to go forward and stay off the wall.
Try to drive the car down the track to keep it from backing up into the outside wall.
Or you just do like Danica and overcorrect and accelerate and crash head on into the outside wall. She used to do that. I've seen her do that a couple of times. Fucking Kansas 2012 and the Daytona 500 in 2014.
There's some good damage there. It's going to make him... It's going to drive a difficult race car for the rest of the day. That's one of the toughest things in racing is to have to drive a damaged
Quinn Half highlight reel. He expertly dodged a fucking crash. Number 1, he didn't cause it. Number 2, he avoided one.
Marty, what you got on 12 car?
Well, I think this was not a good caution for those guys getting ready to come down pit road, including Ryan.
Yeah, but they'll be in front of the 5 and the 48 and all them.
On pit road because, see, they've already had to flip to the reserve switch. They're hoping pit road is...
Oh, yeah, this is a bad caution because they were almost out of gas. They're hoping pit road fucking opens.
They would run out of fuel. Such a long caution lap here at Pocono.
Yeah, and with the car sitting flat like that at that point, you can you have a little trouble picking up the fuel. You see a little swerving right there, just making sure the fuel stays in the right...
Blaney's littering. Saw him throw his fucking bottle out the car. He went to the apron to make sure it was well off the track.
Guys that had pitted just a few laps ago, about 5 or 6 laps ago, they're going to stay on the racetrack, and voila, track position back. Although we did hear a report that the one had that vibration a little...
Karen, your phone hates you. It makes you spell stuff funny all the time and just have wrong words. Look at Rowdy Busch changing strategies mid-race to stay out and get the track position. Kyle Busch should be the leader here. You got to do something. You got to do opposite of what Larson and Byron's doing.
Yeah, it's just weird to think.
As well as an air pressure adjustment to try to help out Ross Chastain. 4 tires, Marty.
You got to do the opposite of Larson and Byron to win this race, to have any chance to win this race. Damn, what a stop for Chastain's go. Late in the race, probably several. I'd like to change 2 at least. I don't want to lose a right front. Byron took 2 tires. See? There's 2 tires. Kyle Busch stayed out to get the lead. Byron took 2 tires. And Kurt Busch and Logano come up to be 2nd and 3rd again. But they've got to pit before the end of the stage. The guys who just pitted won't have to. If there's, well, maybe if there's enough caution laps. You sure? Because he was still in front of Logano, wasn't he? God, confusing. There's so much going on. It really is tough. Yeah, it was a hell of a pit stop for the 42. Wonder how Quinn Half would do in a KBM truck.
Probably finish a race.
I told them during the truck race stream, KBM is great because it exposes bad drivers. Because if you get in a KBM truck and suck, you suck.
Being like that guy that drives the 98 now.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get that car won 9 races last year, and now they're garbage.
Who drives it?
Riley Herbst drives 98. That car won 9 races with Chase Briscoe last year.
Well, Kevin Harvick won 9 races.
And they show up to tracks where he won at last year, and the 98's running like 15th or some shit. There's Jimmy Johnson.
Okay,
Boom, confetti.
I'm tired of seeing that commercial. It's like the same one over and over.
I wish Jimmy would have stayed one more year in Cup. But then again, that means Larson wouldn't be at Hendrick, so I'm glad he left. But I'm like, man, I'd love to see Jimmy and the Hendrick stuff they have now.
It's the same stuff, dude.
Whatever they figured out. I I mean, they started doing it at the end of last year, but, like, whatever they have now. If Chastain wins, you're going to Sizzler. I'd be tempted to order Chili's or go to Chili's. I don't know. I'm going to be hungry after this race, so I know that. We're going to Olive Garden. Never ate there and don't care to eat there. Yeah. Red Lobster, I heard, is better. How much nothing? Well, it's been an interesting race so far. The strategies are all over the fucking place. I can't tell you who's coming and going, but Larson and Byron have the best cars. Shocker. Kyle Busch is the only one that can hang with him, but he started to fade there. But now he stayed out to steal the lead while everybody else pitted for the most part. Just do the opposite of the 5 and the 24, and maybe you'll get lucky today. That's the best you can hope for, is to get lucky today. Do the opposite of Larson and Byron. You might get lucky. It's not one to go yet. They said Credit One Bank, and I got triggered. What? White flag?
Don't forget when Blaney outdueled Kyle Busch here for his first Cup win.
That was funny. I wish I'd have been streaming that day.
Continuing to uncover those rich history behind America's forgotten racetracks. Sign up at
hey, I need to watch that.
Starts July 1st. All right, Junior, give us a little sneak peek. What was your favorite track that you found this year?
Well, we had a great time putting together season 2, and everything, in my opinion, for this season is just a better version of last season. Our production crew.
We've had some real cautions today.
July 1st, Peacock TV.
That's surprising. We don't get a lot of real cautions in Cup anymore.
Pennsboro, West Virginia, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Just a lot of great tracks. Texas World Speedway. That is a great episode, but I don't really have a favorite. I'm just happy for everybody to see you all.
Cool. It's going to be a lot of fun. One of the things that comes along with pit strategy is maybe the driver doesn't agree with it sometimes. Listening to Kyle Busch's radio.
Kyle's.
Yeah. Pretty lonely.
Pretty lonely. Kelly?
Lonely indeed. Ahead of that, I did hear discussion about how much better the race car was, typically out in clean air like we hear so often. So I think part of that strategy was just to get it back up there to get the handling of the race car better once again. But Steve, I'll leave it to you.
You miss watching NASCAR? You can't watch it anymore? Well, just watch it. There's nobody stopping you.
Michael McDowell, the top 2 cars, must hit twice to finish this race. They are the only 2 cars on the racetrack that must hit twice. So, in a track where track position's king, and coming down pit road seems to not be back in traffic, I think they're delaying the inevitable, Dave. I think the 34, unfortunately, is in the same situation. And Drew Blickensderfer just told me, but maybe I can just take 2 on that final stop. Where
how is Drew Blickensderfer still a crew chief? He's always been a bad crew chief. I don't understand how he still has a fucking job. Yeah. He sucked with Matt Kenseth. He sucked with Almirola in the 43. He sucked with Biffle. He sucked with everybody he was ever with, but somehow he still got a job.
And on this choose opportunity, almost everybody in front of him picked the top. Well, he rolled up and went all the way from 6th to restart here in 3rd. He took the bottom, hoping that he's
homeless. Jesus.
Got
to find a bar, I guess. Go into the fucking Owl's Nest over here in Forest City and watch the race.
20 laps remaining in stage 2.
The Busch brothers, Byron and McDowell. McDowell always finding ways to be in positions he shouldn't fucking be in. It's remarkable, really.
Is it bad when I see Michael McDowell?
Look at the 3 wide in the middle back there. Yeah, Bubba on the inside of Chastain. Kyle Busch got the lead.
Trying to slow him down. Now, when he did that, and then the cars behind him catch him.
20 to go in stage 2.
Hurt himself. Let's see where he ends up. Thought he'd be a little more aggressive.
I'm worried about Larson and Byron and these Hendrick cars getting stuck in this fucking traffic on strategies and getting taken out. No, you can't.
little more time because they only took right side tires on the 20.
But he's going to pit near the end of the stage and then stay out at the start of the next. Something like that. Yeah.
Now, can he get back in that spot? He can. Keeps on doing that, though. Chastain's trying to feel that spot.
Single file. There's no reason to race that hard up front. Byron is the first car that can make it to the end of the stage. Most likely. I think Kurt Busch and Logano have a chance with the caution laps to make it. We've had cautions, so they might be able to make it to the end of the stage. I'm expecting they should.
These spoilers and all that downforce, it's hard to move somebody out of the way.
His teammates right here, the 11. He's going to take the racetrack away from Truex. That's going to cost Truex a lot of momentum down this short chute.
Boy, the weather is changing like every 5 laps here. It's raining a little bit. It's cloudy. It's sunny. It's overcast. It's cloudy. It's raining again. Now it's... Oh, boy. Corey LaJoie just got hooked on the front stretch. 38's got damage. Alfredo, what a surprise.
Corey LaJoie.
I'm going to say this once again without even knowing what caused this wreck. Anthony Alfredo has no fucking business being in Cup. He has done nothing to earn this ride. Nothing against him. He has no business being here.
They were 16th last week.
Anthony Alfredo has no business being in Cup. Whether or not he caused this accident, I just want to remind you. And Corey was having a good day. Corey's had a lot of good days lately for driving a fucking Spire car. That's good for them. That is damn good for that 7 car. To have 4 straight finishes at 20th or better. Yeah, Corey's day's over now.
To the garage and rebound. Come back tomorrow and try to get in that top 20 again.
Steve, this is a bigger hit for a small team like that, having to go to a backup car versus these other teams we've seen. They're larger teams, more finances.
And yeah, he just lost his car for tomorrow, so he's got to go to a backup car tomorrow. Off of 4. Oh, man. Corey was running wide, and he put the 38 in the wall, and then 38 finished him off, but still. There's a couple of drivers out here that have no business. Cody Ware, Anthony Alfredo, and Quinn Halp in particular have no business being in Cup. Quinn Halp is the worst. Holy shit, Almirola didn't get caught up in the wreck. His luck is really starting to turn. Alfredo's car's fucked too.
You see them get together early back in the middle of the corner, pretty early on exit, and that kind of turns the 7 car right. And Anthony...
Can somebody explain to me one thing Anthony Alfredo ever did to earn a Cup ride? How does he just skip trucks and Xfinity and go right to Cup? He ran like part-time Xfinity.
Right here. See, they're 3 wide. And I'm just not so sure that...
Boy, Busch about got took out.
And to be fair to Alfredo, the 38 made John Hunter Nemechek look bad. And I know Nemechek can drive.
Not something you expect.
I know John Hunter can drive, and that 38 made him look bad.
You know, bunch everybody up. Tell everybody position matters, and they're just going for it.
Hey, you're getting offered a Cup ride. Really? It's the 38. No thanks. I'll just keep running whatever I'm doing. I don't want to drive it.
You can't lift coming off of turn 3. You're going to get passed by 5 or 6, 8 cars down this front straightaway. You have to stay on the gas. That's why the 38 of Anthony was so committed.
Listen to Junior.
Damaging some momentum out of Nashville. All the teams had great runs when you look at it. Ross Chastain.
Yeah, but when Junior won here, he had 800 fucking horsepower.
Corey 15th and Anthony 17th. So 2 cars that ran inside the top 20, both taken out in the same accident.
Their average, they just running.
Yeah, Eric Jones barely got through that wreck. We've had natural cautions today. I can't believe it.
On the clock. The 7 will be on the clock. Steve, what's the odds of them being able to beat minimum speed?
You know why we have cautions at Pocono? You know why we'll have 1.5-mile races now where there's no fucking caution? Is because it's almost impossible to wreck. But at Pocono, even with lower horsepower, you still got to lift and get off the gas and brake and do all this other shit. So there's like a lot more driver input. That's why at the 600, that thing could have went caution free for almost 600 miles, dude. Because you can't wreck on 1.5 miles anymore. You can't really race on 1.5 miles anymore. So that's why we show up to places like Pocono like, wow, we're actually having cautions. Oh yeah, because you actually have to drive here, even with low horsepower. Yeah, Joey Gase is another one that doesn't belong out there. Garrett Smithley, too. I actually like James Davison. I think he's got potential. That's all I'll say. I think James Davison could have a good mid-pack career. He doesn't really cause problems getting away or do anything. Has a lot of road course ability that I really like. Timmy Hill doesn't really belong out there either, but he's been around so long, everybody will just pretend that he does. Fake it till you make it kind of thing. But Anthony Alfredo's in that class of driver. He don't belong out there. And he's certainly not making the most of his opportunity. Because look at how McDowell's running the same stuff. McDowell's actually having a very good year. And McDowell's another guy, I'm just like, he's fucking average to mediocre driver at best, but he can at least drive, he can wheel a car on a road course, that's for sure. Yeah, James Davison's a guy I actually kind of like. He's my favorite shitbox driver. That's what I call those cars. Rick wears shitboxes. He's my favorite shitbox driver currently. Him and Corey LaJoie. I think Corey's got a lot of potential as well. Boy, even the short cup races feel long. Then again, I'm just hungry. Yeah, 8th at Texas. Pretty good.
Kids 500 and enter the code DRAG. We'll take home a NASCAR Kids Club Toyota Camry.
RuPaul's Drag Race 400 at Pocono. Text DRAG to 41101.
We're going to see more of these. New Hampshire, Michigan, Watkins Glen. Also,
hey, look, it's Riley Herbst.
More family fun weekends and a great opportunity for the whole family to come out and enjoy racing. Now, Steve,
it's hard to say.
The 5-car of Kyle Larson on the radio talking about their situation that they're in right now.
Larson radio.
Okay, with the 24 taking 2, did he get enough fuel that way?
Yeah, he will have enough fuel to stay out of the stage until his window. You know, if he has to take 4 final stops, you know, if we take 2 and he takes 4, we can beat him there unless they take opposite. If they take left, if they think their rights are in good enough shape. So just have to see how it plays out, see how many yellows we get.
I love it. We're not even halfway, and that is Pocono in a nutshell. That is the 7th place car, talking about the 5th place car. Cliff Daniels already understands who he's racing, on what strategy, how many tires they need to take. It's not just your strategy, Jeff. It's also your competitor's strategy.
Sun's out again.
Chess against him, stay one step ahead. And remember the conversation we had with Cliff Daniels a few days ago? He said Kyle Larson's watching the race while he's driving. He knew. Ask the question, what's going on with our competition? Those 2 guys are sitting together.
Yeah, he says he's always looking at the competition around and where they are running. We get ready for the restart.
Bush, McDowell, Chastain, and the other Bush. 14 to go in the stage. The Bush brothers. Kyle's well clear for the lead. Blaney's going to go 3 wide under Chastain and Byron. Makes it work. Clears Chastain, who goes up the hill. Gets Larson a little loose. I think Larson got loose in reaction to seeing the 42 getting closer to him on his inside. Chastain is in the sucker hole. God, when Bowman made that pass on the bottom there going into 2, that's a good way to cause a wreck. I'm glad he made it through. They're penalizing Ricky Stenhouse. I don't even know where he's running. Change lanes before the start-finish line or something. That was quick, too. Within a lap, they said restart violation on the 47.
Lost you so many positions. He's just now regrouping as we come down the front straightaway. After starting on the 2nd row.
There's Corey LaJoie going out there to beat the damaged vehicle policy and cause another caution by dropping debris everywhere, because damage repair policy is one of the worst rules in NASCAR. All it does is cause accidents and problems. Well, there were some brave birds crossing the racetrack just now. Remember when Blaney made Kyle Busch eat shit here at Pocono last year? Well, at 42, slipping up off the bottom is making me nervous. He might do like fucking Corey and Alfredo just did.
I still like Kurt Busch and Joey Logano. I think they have the advantage. They have the track position. They're going to have to pit a little bit sooner than Byron or Blaney.
Stenhouse serving his penalty.
You mentioned that restart violation, serving his penalty right there on the bottom of the screen. But it's going to come down to...
We're past halfway. If we get one of them freak Pocono rainstorms, it's over now. But it looks pretty sunny out now.
You don't know how this is going to cycle out. There's no giving away any sort of free positions.
Jay Hamlin on the inside of Tyler Reddick into the tunnel. Tyler backs off. Then he takes the position as they run up behind Mike McDowell here in the 34. Down into turn 3. It's a great track for Denny. He's working his way through the pack here. So when he goes into the corner, he thinks I'm going to run the bottom. Well, McDowell goes to the bottom. So he then drives up to the PJ1. I'm going to go up there. Get the grip, get the clean air. I'm going to take the run off the top here and have the momentum to get to the score panel. Side draft.
Got that side draft.
Michael's probably going to lift early, knowing the 11 car's a little bit better right now.
Dave. And overcoming some issues today. Earlier on, he had debris on that grill of the 11 car, and it was getting pretty hot. He radioed into Chris Gabehart.
Bubba, at the very least, has outrun the 43, but that's not saying much this year.
But that's okay. The debris finally came off. And other than that, the car lately has just been a little bit loose. Needs the most help right here. That's turn 2.
I really like Bubba, but there's only so much talk about a fucking mid-level driver I can stand, you know.
So we heard about the violation of Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Well, here it is. NASCAR says you've got to stay closed up on the restart. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is trying to lay back, trying to anticipate when the leader goes so that he can have forward momentum and then get to the start-finish line and do just that. Make it 3 wide, gain position. They're not going to let you lay back like that just to build momentum. Good call by NASCAR.
Guys are going to continue to try to push that and hope that NASCAR's not watching. They were watching that time. But that car has met the minimum speed.
NASCAR is always watching.
Is that everybody that you're racing with sees what you did.
They're always watching. Wow, Chase's car looks brand new. They did a good job fixing that left rear. If he gets track position, he'll be just as good as the 48 at least. And if he wins, that'll be a great race win diecast. The 9 car. If he was able to win today. 9 to go stage 2. Still the Busch brothers, Logano, Byron, Blaney. Larson's in 6th. You always got to keep track of where Kyle Larson is. But at least he's getting some damn competition today. Lap 69, nice.
A nice little turnaround after a bad start.
Chase Elliott, the reigning Cup Series champion. The 2 Cup Series champion Kyle Busch, who's led the most laps all season. We go NASCAR nonstop.
Kyle's led the most laps all season.
Larson has. It's the most laps Kyle Busch has probably led all season in a race.
That's what I was thinking.
If Kyle Busch doesn't get lucky on fuel mileage at Texas last fall, and if NASCAR doesn't throw a caution for debris nowhere near the racetrack, Kyle Busch wouldn't have won a race in over 2 years. Because he had to win on fuel mileage at Texas, and then they threw a fucking caution for a tire at Kansas that was nowhere near the racetrack. And then there was like 35 cautions after that.
Was that the Bushy McBush race?
Yeah, the Bushy McBush race. Yeah, just think Kyle Busch hasn't actually like went up and won a goddamn cup race in like 2 years. He's got the wins. They count and everything. I'm just saying. Think about it. Yeah, if circumstances don't play out right, this motherfucker ain't won since 2019. Oh, but he keeps winning those trucks and Xfinity races, Dylan. These cup races are hard, man. Not a lot to talk about right now. I'm just watching like you are.
Because with Kurt in second and Busch are out of the picture, it's kind of...
About 5 races to the playoffs, they'll start having a second ticker for points. Yeah. Just get me to stage 3 so I can know who's on what.
Well, 7 long laps to go.
I know the 5's been strong all year, but I hope they just take the track position strategy today instead of being at Sonoma when they were like, fuck it, we'll just take the stage point, start 20th, and pass everybody again. I'd rather not try that today because it's fucking Pocono with a shitty aero package.
Will work for John Hunter.
Yeah. Is Chastain blowing up? He is. No, he's got damage. No, he's got a flat right rear. Chastain's got damage. He's been into somebody.
No caution.
Oh!
That's not a caution. He saved it.
Nah, that's caution. A car got sideways again and we threw a caution. Hell, he was going to make it to pit road. Look how close he was to pit road.
That's why
But he did hit the wall before, so. And NASCAR's like, yes, late stage restart.
Well, Kyle's got a pit now.
I like how for half a second I almost questioned, is that going to be a caution? No, of course not. You would think. So Chastain's day's fucked. Sorry, Michael. He hit the wall pretty good.
Yeah, we've seen this car run really well over the last couple of weeks.
His car's had a lack of grip on the bottom. And then he busted his own ass out of two. That's just Ross. I like you, Ross, but come on now. He does this a lot.
Almost wait.
Look, the splitter went through the grass and didn't destroy the car. That's crazy.
Had some great momentum, great speed. They
caution.
lose time, though, to the cars in front of them. They've been running right there behind Chase Elliott and Alex Bowman, and then there was, something.
So take Chastain off the field of contenders.
The handle might have been going away on this 42 car. Kelly.
Yeah, Junior, it's interesting because the last restart, Ross was 4th, and then just suddenly he dropped all the way back to 15th. We were waiting to hear something on the radio, as was his team. In fact, his team said...
I don't want to hear about no practice. Nobody gets to practice, not just Kyle Busch. The no practice thing ain't to fuck with Kyle Busch. Hell, nobody else gets to practice either. The best driver should just be able to show up and do it. He's the only driver I've heard complain about not having practice. Yeah, I'm sure they'd all want practice, but he's the only one that fucking use it as an excuse for not winning. Yeah, I'm about to say at Coda and Nashville.
Is Xfinity and a truck race not?
Yeah. Especially truck today. That's why I kind of wanted to put money on Kyle Busch today when he had the truck race. But yeah, I mean, nobody gets practice. He's not the only one. He's the only one that uses it as an excuse, though. Kyle Busch will make you some fucking excuses. He's always been that way. He's got an excuse for everything.
A little bit too hard through that tunnel.
These are the lessons he just has to learn. Part of the Cup Series is you can't go back and fix that one and push it too hard. You got to just keep it in one.
It looks pretty good now, but it's still going to be off.
Find a different way to get the track position.
With this caution coming out, that means the drivers are starting to think about that strategy that they've played. Well, Kyle Busch questioned earlier the strategy. Listening to his radio.
Let's hear what he says now.
It never goes our way. I don't know if these are better or worse for us, but it feels like worse. Yeah, we're going to have to come here. We're only 1 or 2 away.
Kyle's got a pit, but he'll stay out at the end of the stage, though. That should work out for him okay.
Funny, he was hoping that they'd come across the radio and say, no, this is great for us.
I know they've had a lot of caution last, but you can't save enough to make it as far as he's needing to make it. Chase Elliott in top 10, first time today.
Center to off of turn number 1. Looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop for the 18 car, Marty.
Kevin Harvick going to come down pit road here. Rodney Childers calling him down. They lost a massive amount of track position on a restart. Lost about 8 spots going into turn 1 and just have never been able to recover.
We were talking about Kyle Busch and no practice and how, oh, that's why Kyle's not winning. It's like, well, hell, Kyle Larson ain't getting to practice either, and he's having no problems winning. Somebody's going to win. The no practice thing's not an excuse. But if it makes Kyle Busch sleep better at night, which is the only reason he brings it up. You know how I understand how Kyle Busch thinks? Because I am him. Secretly.
So you're like Kyle Busch.
I'm a lot like Kyle Busch.
You're watching the race while driving.
I understand Kyle's personality because I'm ashamed to admit that we have a lot in common. Except I could actually punch somebody in the face and it would hurt. That's the one thing he and I don't have in common. He can't punch anybody in the face and have it hurt. I could fuck somebody up, but he couldn't. If I had the shot at Joey Logano that he had, Logano would have been on the ground. He'd have dropped to one knee at least. He wouldn't have went, huh? Joey just looked confused for like half a second, then he got mad. That's the only difference between me and Kyle Busch. I punch harder. There's a lot of other differences too, but like his psychology about being competitive and winning and how you lose or why you lose, I get it, because those fucking same stupid bullshit thoughts run through my head when I lose at something. I can always find a reason to fucking justify it and blame somebody else.
Guys, we're seeing some strength from the 18.
I can psychoanalyze the fuck out of somebody like Kyle Busch because I understand what he feels.
It's good to see Kyle Busch. It's good to see Joey Logano. It's been a little bit of a different mix. I mean, let's think about it. For the last 3 weeks, we've seen one car lead almost every lap. So this is
we're gonna have a 2-lap shootout for a stage win. Are you ready, kids?
Getting back into dirty air. It's amazing what these crew chiefs are doing right now to put their drivers, and I'll use Kyle Busch as that example, if they left him out there so he could be out front.
Yeah, Brian, I'm a sore loser too. And I'm such a sore loser, I put myself in situations where I can't lose to avoid ever having to lose and deal with what a piece of shit I am. Why don't you play online more, Dale? I don't want to, because I'm going to get mad. I tell people, I am the most competitive, least competitive person on the planet. I only play games I win at for the same reason Kyle Busch does Xfinity races. He knows he's probably going to win. Why do you only play Deadline and GTA Online? Because I've literally never lost that game. Because I'm really good at it.
Started the show about what was on the line. Kyle Larson going for 4 wins in a row. You've got Denny Hamlin, Kevin Harvick trying to really get a barometer on their seasons at a racetrack that we know they're good at.
See right here, we're riding along with Denny Hamlin with the Toyota Cam. On the inside lane.
You know, Chris, it's probably a good thing I've never played Mario Kart in my entire life, because when it comes to racing, I like pure racing. But shit like Mario Kart would drive me nuts. I'm like, yeah, if this is a regular race, I'd kick your ass, but you fucking can shoot shit at me and whatever, you know?
Come on, I hope Kurt Busch wins this stage.
Took 3 wide last time. No reason why he gets that run. He would do it again.
I want to see those points.
2-lap sprint for Pocono. The in stage 2. You know, the inside
2 laps. Are you excited? Kurt Busch. William Byron's car from a distance looks like Brendan Gaughan's car. Blaney goes 3 wide. Blaney's at the bottom. Byron's trying to block. Chase gave him the push he needed. They're 4 wide. 3 wide now. They went for 4 to 3, and I'm still scared. Kurt Busch gets away with the lead. Larson past Byron. He's around the outside of Blaney for 3rd, coming off of 1. Blaney slots in front of Byron, who immediately jumps out, going to 2. Oh, boy. Byron's trying to arc that entry. I thought they were going to touch because Byron was trying not to get pinched down. He didn't want to take a shallow entry.
Still a lap to go in this stage when they get back to the front stretch.
1 to go in the stage. Kurt Busch got a 3/10 lead. Wow, Larson's passing Logano for 2nd already. Boy, everything worked out great for Larson on that restart. He's not going to get by him. There's side by side. Eee! Look how fucking close Larson got to Logano. That was a great camera shot. Attaboy, NBC. And Slider up in front of Logano. That was a slow developing slide job for 2nd place there for Larson.
Great pass. So here comes 24. Is he going to have anything to do here? It's tough to make that choice to go to the inside. You have to run.
Kurt Busch really needs these points. After blowing up at Charlotte and some of the luck they've had, they're outside the playoffs right now, but close enough to still get in on points. And where the fuck is Chris Buescher today, who was 25 points ahead of the cut line? Where's he at today? I don't see Chris Buescher anywhere. And Kurt Busch is going to win this stage here. Larson damn near got to him, though. Larson pulls out a line. Yeah, Larson almost won that stage. But Kurt Busch takes it.
Oh, we have a car.
Kurt Busch gets his second stage
Whoa.
win in 2021. So a little bit of momentum from Nashville, which was his first.
I don't hate Pocono myself, Chris. I hate these cars and this aero package. I actually really like Pocono because every year Trucks and Xfinity race there. It's like, man, this is great. And then the fucking
tomorrow,
yeah, tomorrow at noon.
For a nice hour long.
Yeah, this has been an exceptionally good Pocono race so far for the Cup aero package deal. It's been pretty good. And I like the field inversion at the start of tomorrow. That'll make the first part of that race pretty interesting. I wish tomorrow was the shorter race though because of that. Because today's
fun too because paying attention to where those cars are at the end of this race.
Because today's the shorter race, tomorrow's the longer one. Last year it was like reversed if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember, but I would like it better if the shorter race was the one with the field inversion. I'm thirsty. I'll be right back. The other day, Burger King was out of everything except burgers.
Yeah, they were out of fried stuff.
Fucking assholes. I remember I was really excited about my chicken sandwiches.
Yeah, I went through it, and that's what I told them. I think it was the chicken fries.
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, we can't have anything fried." And I'm looking at their menu like, "What the fuck?" And then I was just like, "Okay, cool."
If I was working, I'd be the asshole working there. Be like, "Hey, we're called Burger King. It didn't say anything about fucking chicken, buddy." It's called Burger King. Why does my headset randomly get tangled up anyway? Seriously, what the fuck is up with my headset? Get out of there. Thank you, sir. Pocono. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm doing so much better than the last 2 weeks when I was kind of sick and coughing a lot when I had that fucking cold.
Chris Busch here finished that stage 22nd.
The only good news for Buescher is that Chastain had trouble.
Already eventful of this, the first race of the doubleheader from Pocono, and a few people will be making their way onto pit road, Dave.
One of those is Chase Elliott. His crew chief Alan Gustafson just told him we're not in a great position strategy-wise right now.
Well, that's nothing new with Alan Gustafson.
Work on the car. You saw
Alan's a great crew chief, but sometimes his strategy deals just don't work out. More often than not, it seems like they never work.
So put the car in the best spot and see if they can work something out in the future.
Okay, that's kind of stupid. That fucking little wall they got right there.
Yeah.
So again, not a lot
Just to protect the fucking pylon.
Road, but there are a lot of people having fun in the infield. And Jack, you're right there with them.
Now this is my kind of camping right here. We walked up on this group of high school buddies from upstate New York. This is their one trip per year.
Let's send the nerdiest reporter we had to talk with the great fans in the infield.
Only problem is none of us can figure out where this
Jack, when's your dad coming back? I miss football.
Oh, yeah, there we go, Dad.
Nobody wants to take credit for that, I'm sure. But enjoying a great weekend here at Pocono.
Take credit. That's a masterpiece, Rick.
Yeah,
I bet they're watching my live stream.
That's a pretty good monument there for those high school buddies. But Steve, obviously, so many strategies. I know that smoke's been rolling.
I would love to stay in the infield for a weekend, but when it's time to watch the race, I want to go sit in the fucking stands. That was a two-time, well, between Dale Jr. and Jeff Gordon, he won Pocono 4 times, I think, as a crew chief.
For the guys on pit road to figure out which strategy they want to be in. I didn't love Kyle Busch's, but he's had a couple good restarts. I think he has a chance. It's all going to come down to Keeping yourself close enough on the restart. You just saw Alan Gustafson up the pit road. Does that mean gas only? Like,
what's our strategy? I hope it's opposite of the 5 and the 24.
Kyle Larson is paying attention to all the drivers around. We'll bring our drivers in. All right, guys, were you always paying attention to what the strategy the other drivers were on?
no, not really.
I know he wasn't. I know Dale Jr. was not. He used to get so annoyed if they tried to tell him anything. He'd be like, just shut up and tell me what I'm doing.
One of the things that I'm most surprised by, I thought this might be another easy win for Kyle Larson. Now, no win is easy, but I thought that he would certainly have the field covered.
He's been making it look so easy. I was starting to wonder. Not today. He's had a tough time today for his standards. It's been at least a challenging day. Yeah, Larson's just getting warmed up.
Every single lap, every single restart for a small thing to make a difference. If you can get track position, you may not ever give it back. So we're going to have a pit stop.
Look at that American flag back there. I bet that makes old Bubba Smollett's blood boil. No, I trust Junior way more.
This is a short race. I feel like it's added that intensity.
You know what's funny? Jeff Burton won more Cup races than Ward, but I always thought Ward Burton was a better driver. I really did. I think Jeff Burton, there was like a period of time he won a bunch of range-shortened races.
Oh, wow.
Jeff Burton was the king of the range-shortened win. Ward Burton I actually thought was a better driver, but Jeff drove for Roush. Jeff drove for a better team than Ward. Ward drove for Bill Davis.
Oh, Ryan said that's 2 weeks in a row the 24's pissed me.
So doesn't Ryan Blaney date William Byron's sister?
Yeah, he's getting married to Byron's sister.
Conversations might need to be had here because it's 2 weeks in a row.
Actually, no, wait, I got that backwards. Byron is getting married to Blaney's sister. I had it backwards in my head.
I think actually William Byron dates Ryan.
Yeah, he got it backwards too and had me confused. Way to go. Marty Snyder. Go hang out with fucking Captain Morgan again. That was a funny skit. Remember that?
You know, it was new last year. We talked a lot about it. Well, it's kind of become normal. Well, this is what it's all about. William Byron's back here at 4th, and he goes, I cannot control this race from 4th. That could be a big move, right? It's a big risk to go to the inside. He's going to have a little bit of trouble with momentum.
Can we NBC it and zoom in on the cone? Can't you tell I missed football season? All right, 49 to go this time. It's Kurt Busch, Byron, Hamlin, Larson. I'm surprised Byron and Larson didn't line up together like they had been. I figured that would have been the best move. Watch this fucking push from Larson to Kurt Busch. And wow, Hamlin with a fucking shit restart totally kills Byron. Larson gets Kurt Busch out front. And now Larson's just got to take his time and try to figure out a way around Kurt Busch. Fight through that dirty air. I mean, we know he's faster. But Hamlin, of course, in typical Hamlin fashion, had a bad restart. And now Byron's has to slot in behind Logano and has to cut off Blaney again. I'm sure that made Blaney very happy.
This 12 car, I don't know who's dating who. I like it when they're mad at each other.
No, I never saw that, Chris. Carl Edwards and Michael Schumacher. Never saw that. Sun is out. 3 wide. 3 Gibbs cars. Larson going to the bottom for the lead. This is going to open up a chance for Logano to close in, of course. Never mind, just tuck in behind the 1. I don't like how Joe Logano is hanging around here.
They said they think he's messing with Kurt.
Turn 1 well done.
That's kind of messy.
At least Larson's not having to just sleepwalk to another victory. He's having to earn it. And Kurt Busch is so underrated at Pocono. I shouldn't be surprised that he's in this situation. Strategy worked out, but he's also really good here.
Not the kind of driver that makes many mistakes.
Kurt Busch won Pocono 2 or 3 times. I I just remember the last one because Junior should have won it. Thanks, Chase.
The one car is going to have the speed off the top. Pulls away a little bit. Now the draft should start to even them out. Now the 5 should catch them. There won't be a run for him to do anything in the turn 1.
Between Pocono and drafting, I don't know if there's a driver more qualified than Dale Jr. to talk about it because, wow. Look at how fucking Larson's car rolls the center. How does he do it?
Yes, he's going to
That's the difference. He just rolls the fucking center so good, grips the bottom. Nobody else in the fucking series could do that right now. Week after week, that's the difference between Larson and everybody else. He rolls the fucking center, and then that time he just sent it into two to make sure he got clear of Kurt Busch. But Kurt Busch, because Larson sent it and it didn't stick, he got back to Larson's inside. But now Larson on the outside of three, which is where you want to be coming off his corner here. And wow! Kurt Busch got loose when he got the air sucked off the right side of his car. And now Kyle Larson's out front with 46 to go. And just one more pit stop to make. So yeah, all your strategies and the timing of the cautions, well, it doesn't matter. Larson still winds up out front anyway. Boy, Byron and Blaney still going at it, side by side again, for fourth.
So who's going to pit, take no tires instead?
I got to at least change two. But at this point, the only guys that could take two and do anything is that top five. Larson's going to be so far ahead, it ain't going to fucking matter.
We want to take a look at today's Xfinity fastest lap. Kurt Busch and Larson.
I'm not much of an Olympics guy. Basketball, maybe? I like basketball enough. See, Larson's the leader, and they're already talking about just doing two. I don't know. Build this gap and hopefully get on pit road good. I want to make sure the car's full of gas because they're going to pit when they can just barely make it. That's what they're going to do. They're going to pit as soon as they think they can make it. I want to know that the car's full. Two tires is putting that at risk. If you take two tires, you might not get it full, especially as soon as they're probably going to be looking to pit. Yes, Jeff Burton led every single lap of the Cup race at Loudon in 2000 when they put restrictor plates on them because they shit their pants over Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin. But I think Kenny Wallace said, I watched a documentary about that, and there's an interview with Kenny Wallace that weekend, and he goes, look, hitting a wall at 130 miles an hour is just as bad as hitting at 150. So, I mean, is it really going to make a difference? All it did was make the race suck. They had to do something, but that wasn't the answer. It's like when they're like, we got to slow the cars down at Daytona and Talladega. I'm like, okay, so now I'm going to flip over at 185 as opposed to flipping over at 195. So what? It still fucking sucks. That was the last time somebody led every lap in Cup. Good God, Hamlin lost the nose, and I thought Bowman was going to be gone. I really thought they were about to wreck. The last time somebody led every lap of a Cup race was Jeff Burton. Busch Xfinity race, I think it was Kyle Busch at Phoenix a few years ago, and before that it was Dale Jr. at Daytona. Daytona! Jr. led every fucking lap of a Busch race at Daytona.
That's almost impossible.
At a super speedway to lead every lap. You realize how many lead changes and shit happen at super speedway, and Jr. led every fucking lap? That was that Flames number 8 diecast we saw at Charlotte that we were both thinking about getting. Well, that's the one that led every lap.
That's a nice car.
Yeah. He said he came up with that. He said he designed that on his computer. So look what I got. They didn't have a sponsor for that race. Fuck it. I'll just put on whatever I want. So that was a really personal car to Junior. Now remember this is a whole rabbit hole to fall down talking about Hans devices and shit. The coroner said if Dale Earnhardt wore a Hans device, he'd still have died anyway. They just said his pattern of injuries probably would have been different. He would have been dead or still supremely fucked up. It's just he probably wouldn't have had a severe of a head injury as he had. And Basil's skull fractures are fucked, dude. And there's one guy who survived one that wrecked at Talladega one year, and you can watch it on YouTube. They pull him out of the car, and there's blood all over him. But he survived. And it was the same injury that killed Dale Earnhardt and killed Adam Petty and Kenny Irwin, I'm pretty sure. I think it was the same fucking injury. Killed them all. I can't remember if that's the one. You know, when I think of Dale Jr. and Busch races at Daytona, I think about how, God rest his soul, I would still like to punch Jason Leffler. I would like to bring Jason Leffler back from the dead and kick him in the balls for that Busch race at Daytona. I think it was 2001 or 2002 where he wrecks Michael Waltrip going down the backstretch, just hooks him, takes him out, and then Junior gets to take the lead, and he fucking slams Junior into the outside wall and wrecks himself and Junior. And then Mike Wallace takes the lead and wins the race. Jason Leffler, rest in peace, but if I could bring you back tomorrow and kick you in the balls, I would. I never liked Jason Leffler. I just wish he wasn't gone.
The window is open, 41 to go. Martin Truex Jr. hitting pit road. James Small making the call here. Kevin Harvick also coming down pit road. Harvick and that team was really
yeah, and Ernie Irvan survived a vascular skull fracture. Yeah. Harvick does gas only. So the fact that these guys are pitting before Larson kind of lets them know, okay, we should do 2 tires then. Just for the sake of time. I said at the start of the race, no matter if you're Kyle Larson or whoever, do whatever's going to keep you out front. So 2 tires. And Logano's pitting first. There's not much of a tire fall off. Joey's taking 4. And like I said, they're taking 4 to get it all the way full. But Larson's pitting later than them, so maybe 2 will work out. I don't know.
Also coming to pit road. He's been tight on exit, and it just happened, switched on like a light switch that it got really tight. This is a car that they felt like they've been down on power and really haven't been able to make much of their days. You see fuel only on
I remember Darrell Waltrip's reaction when Leffler turned Michael on the backstretch in that Busch race I was talking about. And Darrell Waltrip goes, oh, he just spun Michael out. So Harvick was 6th place, did gas only, and passes Logano. So if I'm Larson, I'm watching that. I do 2 tires. I'll take 2 if I'm Larson. Now, the close space helmet wouldn't have saved him. Once again, it would have just changed the pattern of his injuries. Would have gave him a better chance, probably. Yeah, the close space helmet was never safe. Now, Dale Earnhardt had an interesting theory. Dale Earnhardt said, no, my helmet's safer. Dale Earnhardt said, the regular helmets everybody else wears hurts you even worse. And I was like, well, I don't know about that. Larson's coming off a 3 to pit road. Now, this is the one to watch. Don't speed. And if you're only doing 2, don't kill the tires. They're hard as bricks, but still, you can flat spot them.
We know Kyle Larson has a great car, but he's going to have to take more fuel than the 4 of Kevin Harvick. How efficient can this 5 car be? How good of a job can Larson do on and off the race?
Be interested to see if they go 2 or 4. They're probably so strong, they'll probably just do 4. Logano took 4, so...
They have a great car. Kyle Larson came on the radio a moment ago and said, we are extremely good right here.
Now they're going to do 4. Just 4 tires. They saw the 22 took 4, so that was a hell of a stop. That was a great stop by the 5 bunch. As long as he hasn't sped or anything, they'll be all good. And he's going to still be in front of Harvick. See, I told you, by the time Larson got so far out front, it didn't matter. He could take 4 and still be the leader. The only cars that could have got close were anybody but Harvick, and Matt DiBenedetto just got a penalty. They've been on the money. Not just him driving. Not just the cars they're bringing, but the pit stops and everything else. Larson, they've been on the fucking money, the 5 team. Remember how good they were at Darlington, how they closed in on Truex late in that race when we were there? Like, nobody had a chance to beat Truex, but Larson closed in because they were so good on pit road. They're just firing on all cylinders.
He said he's lost all the turn in his car, as we predicted, because they're on that 2-stop strategy, kind of forced into the...
Everybody at Hendrick, pretty much. But the 5 team all around is just crazy fast.
Denny Hamlin's name still at the top of the chart right now with Kyle Busch behind him, but they still have to come to pit road.
Talked about mistakes on pit road.
It's going to take a force of nature or an act of God to cost Larson this race. Matt, he said it like Boyer. Oh, removing equipment from the box was the penalty on the 21.
No problem. But as soon as that car crosses the line with the gas can installed, that's removing equipment. That's a penalty. The 21 car, man, that just ruins a good day right there. Execution. Some frustration.
And I don't care how many cautions come out now. I ain't pitting the rest of the day. Especially if I'm Larson and those guys took 4. I ain't pitting the rest of the day. Yeah. Because Harvick was so far behind.
Danny Hamlin right now running very fast lap times because he has a clean air. At this point, just run long, put tires on, hopefully the fresh tires.
You remember that there were people, guys, there were people in 2001 in the sport, drivers and otherwise, that were like, they shouldn't make us wear that Hans device. I'm like, you're a fucking retard. They ought to make your ass wear it to save your ass. I'll never forget Jeff Burton, who I love Jeff Burton, and I was totally on his side. Jeff Burton was the one saying, make everybody wear it. Make us wear it. He's like, I'm going to wear it, but everybody should have to. And people were saying, oh, Jeff Burton's scared. Jeff Burton's a pussy. Why? Because he doesn't want to fucking die? Jeff Burton said Dale Earnhardt actually asked him about it. He's like, what do you think about it? Like, what's your reason for it? And I was just like, Dale, it gives me a better chance. That's why I want to wear it. And Dale was like, I'd wear it, but it doesn't feel right on my head. It makes me uncomfortable. Dale Earnhardt was all about like comfort in the car, even at the expense of fucking safety. We're talking about a guy, Dale Earnhardt, who went to Watkins Glen, and Dr. Jerry Punch looked him over and told him and said, Dale, if you get in any accident this week, your sternum's going to cave. He broke his sternum at Talladega. And he goes to Watkins Glen. He's like, if you hit anything, your sternum's going to cave in. You're probably going to die. And he went out and won the pole at Watkins Glen and finished 4th. Did the whole race. Luckily, didn't get in an accident. But if he had gotten an accident, the week before that was Indianapolis or whatever. He had to get out of the car, and they made him at Indy. They're like, look, you can start the race to get the points, but first caution, get your ass on pit road. And even Dale said he was in so much pain he probably couldn't get through the race anyway. And at Watkins Glen, he said he was still hurting, but he went and won the pole and ended up finishing 4th. But if he'd have been in any accident, Harvick doing gas only there was interesting, but like I said, the only guys that were going to benefit were running up in the top 5. Harvick was, you saw how he gained on Larson, but he was just far enough back for Larson to take 4 and still come out in front of him, so advantage Larson. Oh, God, they were killing it. I didn't even need to see a timer to know that it was slick. Like, everything was perfect. Kyle Busch is pitting. Boy, these cup races are hard to win, Dylan.
I mean, when you don't get to practice.
But apparently those truck races are hard to win, too. At least it was today. Gas only on Kyle Busch. Not a bad move.
Battle, but he won't win the damn war.
Earnhardt was all. I feel like if I was a driver, if it made me uncomfortable, but it was safer, I'd still err on the side of I want to be safe. I'll just learn to live with this. Learn to drive that way. But Earnhardt was like swearing, "Oh, I can't drive with it. I can't do nothing." Earnhardt was not opposed to it. He just said it didn't feel comfortable and thought it would affect his abilities. Tomorrow's race starts at 3:30. And Xfinity's at noon.
A doubleheader on Sunday. I love it. This Sunday full of racing on MotoGP with Xfinity. NASCAR America, then we're going to re-rack it and do it again tomorrow.
But guys, the SRX is on tonight. So how does MotoGP get on regular NBC, but they put fucking cup racing on NBCSN for the 2nd week in a row? What's with that?
Talk about, hey man, our whole plan is going to be short.
Yeah, Kyle Busch took gas only and got in front of Larson, but can he hold him off? I know how hard it is to pass here, but can he really hold him off? And I'm surprised that he got that far in front. 4 seconds of fuel, that's why. Harvick probably took about 6 seconds of gas. Kyle Busch took 4, and he cycled in front of Larson.
Moved forward with it. He was stuck in about 9th place for quite a while before that cycle of pit stops began. You see, he's after clean air now, and now we just have to wait to see how this all pans out for the 18 team.
Well, great call by Ben Bayshore. I was vocal.
It's a good strategy call. Hey, it might win me $9, but I don't think he can hold off Larson for 30 laps.
You know, that extra pit stop kind of got nullified.
The last thing you want to do is give Larson, hey, go chase him down. He's already fast enough as it is. They said it, people at Nashville, the NASCAR Weekly podcast guys said they were listening. Larson was shutting his car off at the start-finish line and coasting to 1 to save gas late in that race. And he was that fucking fast last week. You don't want to give Larson, hey, go chase him down. SRX is at Eldora tonight, so I just expect Tony Stewart to win. Looking forward to SRX getting back on asphalt next week.
At Road America, finished 19th. His dad said, "Hey, if we're 20th, it'll be a win." So he ran well there.
Well, he cut it from
the last couple of months. He's won the Asian Le Mans Series over the winter. Finished 4th in class at the Rolex 24 here.
Danica is a decent analyst, except when doing dirt races. I figured out last week, this woman, and she admits, doesn't know fuck all about dirt. So when they get back on asphalt. Look how Larson's already running Bush down. It was cute, Kyle Busch. It was cute. It got you out front. It got you in front of the 5, but
last lap time,
yeah. Dirty Airs, Kyle Busch needs to mirror drive like a motherfucker for the next 30 laps and hope for the best. Catch that draft off the 15 in front of you and mirror drive.
We can win this race. Well, I'm going to tell you, he's called a spectacular race. He has given his driver a chance to win. Now, does he have car enough to hold off Larson? I'm not sure.
I'm not sure is a nice way of saying I doubt he does. Look how the fucking dirty air effect off the 15 got the 18 tight, and Larson gained so much time. Tick, 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 motherfucker. I know the tire fall off ain't that much, but when you got a faster car and fresher tires, like Latart was just saying.
You get to watch right here and just see exactly if those tires are going to be an advantage down here in turn 1. Larson drafts up on the back of this 18 car.
Dude, we were hitting like 195, close to 200 with high horsepower at Pocono going on the corner. They barely hit 180 now. Yeah, Kyle Busch, this was really cute. Got you out front. Good pit call. They're going to get a finish better than they would have otherwise, but yeah, it's been fun. They just told 18 it's the 5 for the win.
That's instant speed right there. Yeah. You can use that apron.
I love that he's able to cut that apron.
It's crazy to think that they could run the left front up on that apron and it wouldn't upset the car.
If it surprises Junior, it's definitely.
Larson's running a little bit lower than.
The way I've heard Junior talk about Larson in the past,
now he's going to try to just draft him.
And I'll tell you, I'm too busy watching to see this battle here. See how hard it is for Larson to pass him. I know the dirty air is bad. Now Larson changes up his line. And like I said, mirror drive. Kyle Busch moved up off the bottom when he saw Larson. But then Larson can cut the fucking corner and get back to the bottom so fast. Kyle Busch going to use the 51 to get a draft. Oh! He wasn't going to let Larson put him behind the 51 as a pit going into turn 2. They're side by side through the tunnel. That worked out good for Kyle Busch. Larson did not have a good corner. He got loose off the bottom of 2, but he still stayed on the quarter panel. And now Busch has the outside in 3, which is where you want to be. So that was good. That was well played by both guys. Busch tried to use the 51 as a draft. Saw Larson was going to try to pin him behind him in 2, but came down, and then Larson was smart, gave him the room. Oh, yeah, Michael McDowell's leading, but who cares? He's got a pit. We all know the 18 and 5 are the battle for lead. I don't know. I usually err on the side of it's probably going to go green, but we never know.
Just blend out behind these two. So the battle right there gives confidence to Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Kyle Busch knows he can do it. He's going to have to do this about 5 more times before the end of this fucking race. He held him off once. He can hold him off. Yeah. Just like to point out that Kyle Busch and Kyle Larson have finished second, one too many times, and Larson's finished second every time.
This is where Larson needs to make ground. This is where he's been a little better than Kyle Busch. Beats him through 3, and now he needs to use that.
The straightaway is obviously. What turn for it? And I just noticed it's getting awfully dark.
Let's see if he tries it again. Following in his footprint.
And dirty air, dirty air, dirty air. But Kyle Busch got loose. The back end of the 18 came around a little bit. Larson got tight in the dirty air, but Busch's rear end came around a little bit. Pretty even off of 1.
He can't get to that left rear quarter panel. He actually just shoves him away from him on the corner exit. That could have been a situation that cost one of them a little bit of time. Both of them get through there good. Passing car and double turn is never.
Boy, dirty air sucks, ain't it? I would classify Kyle Busch as an upset winner. Oh, roll the bottom. Busch going to get a good run off the top, but the way Larson just rolls the bottom.
He needs to keep doing that because
Turn 1 is where he's going to make this pass whenever he makes it. I'm going to go ahead and predict turn 1 is going to be where he makes it whenever he gets it.
Here from Kyle Busch up on the 18 radio.
The 5 rolling out a little bit earlier into 1, and the back of the driver.
See, look at Larson in 1, the way he rolls the bottom.
Like just past center to 5/8 to 7/8 and even.
That was great information.
Because Kyle Busch can just take the line away in 2 and 3 and run high, especially in 3 where you want to run high. But when they go into 1 where you can kind of run anywhere, and Larson can just turn from the top and go right to the bottom. It looks like Kyle Busch barely lifted through the tunnel turn that time.
And Kyle Busch, from the center of the corner off, the back end of that 18 car is hung out. Got a good turn in that car, but he's driving.
That was a good couple of corners for Kyle Busch.
Larson's on the edge as well, working that wheel in the middle of the corner.
This is fascinating to watch.
Kyle Busch is holding on to the lead. On the left side, you see red in the pit road, the red pit emblem next to his name. That makes the Daytona 500 winner. McDowell will be the leader. Buscher, a Pocono winner in the
dirty air. Larson went too high. He followed Kyle Busch too much. He had been getting his nose lower than Kyle Busch's rear end to get some clean air in turn 1. Oh, God. Buscher's going to take the lead at Pocono. Is the fog coming?
The more he's putting pressure on those front tires, the more he's building heat in those front tires, the harder it's going to be to make this pass. So maybe that was a...
But this race is illustrating why I fucking hate these cars, because Larson should just be able to blow by him. I hate these fucking cars. We got a caution. Debris in a tunnel turn. That's the second time today. Larson had a hell of a run off of 3. You see that? There you go. Big piece of metal. I'm not pitting. I'm staying out. Yeah, McDowell, Buscher, and Elliott got to pit. But if I'm Busch and Larson, I'm staying out.
You know, Hamlin is now close back up to Larson's rear bumper. Bowman ran some pretty fast laps. Cody Ware stayed out.
We have a yeller. Don't hit the debris on the back, whatever you do.
You know, he for sure would have lost a lap pinning from that situation, I believe. So brings a few different guys into it. The big question is the back half.
Chase would be 51
new
laps
tires worth it
in the last time he
laps to
pit
go. Someone's going to pit, 13, 14, 15. And when that happens, you have to. You don't want to be the last.
If I was Kyle Busch, I'd have tried to trick Larson into hitting the debris. I would have drove straight at it and kept Larson behind me at the last second turn, and then he would just see it and run over it. Stay out.
Last time, Kyle Larson took 4, so you got 4 fresher tires going up.
That's why I'm staying out. This is the good thing about taking 4 the previous time. Even though Kyle Busch got in front of you, now you have a better chance of just being like, fuck it, I'm staying out.
The tires aren't crazy old on the 18 car. I mean, the last time they put tires on, I want to say it was like 8 or 10 laps ago. I was looking at the data here, So
Kyle Busch saving gas.
Fuel run only. He didn't come in for a whole tank of gas.
Just to be sure.
So he only had, I think, maybe 10 or 15 green flag laps on his tires.
And this caution pulls a little bit of heat out of those tires. You know what I mean? So I think that advantage of having a little bit newer tire may go away some because of this caution.
All day you talk strategy, and now here you are. 22.
I think Larson's chances to get around Busch easier or better on a restart, because it's harder to chase somebody down under green. But on restarts, when you're shoving each other and getting these crazy runs and you're not at the speed yet.
Well, guys, as I was watching that, it just couldn't help but amaze me the job Kyle Busch was doing holding off Kyle Larson.
So I made a good pick today. My pick was Kyle Busch.
Your dad did it, right? 4 in a row. The Titans of NASCAR have won 4 in a row. Larson has a chance to join that list.
Now, Kyle Busch, we'll see how this restart shapes up and who is where. But Kyle, if he's able to get back up front, one of the great things.
I'm waiting to see if pit road's open. Then I got to run to the bathroom. I got to pee.
Traffic to me was going to be the difference maker. Where they caught that.
Larson had a hell of a run off of 3. I kind of hated to see that caution come out, but at the same time, I think it's better for Larson that a caution come out.
It'll be clear racetrack in front of the leader, whoever that leader is going forward.
Steve, you mentioned the names. There's the list right there. Yeah, all Hall of Famers with the exception of Harry Gann. I mean, that's incredible. The names that he could join.
Somebody check on Mike Joy after that Cody Ware
Mike Joy probably threw something at his TV when they were talking good about Cody Ware a little while ago.
Jimmy Johnson in 07.
Hey, that's another thing Jimmy Johnson did that Kyle Busch can't do. Win 4 cup races in a row. Stay out. Busch and Larson obviously stay out. I'm going to run to the bathroom.
Needing fuel to the end mostly, Rick, but they won't need a ton of fuel, so
and Chase Elliott on the bottom. Most likely just getting 1 can of fuel and maybe just 2 tires. I think I heard McDowell say they're going to go ahead and take 4. Yes, now going to go on the left side, and they will on the other 2 as well. We'll see what they can do in terms of making something out of this till the end. By the way, we talked about Cody Ware just a little while ago. Best career finish, 19th. He's on pit road as well.
Cody going off pit road now. So a sprint to the finish. 21 still to go here at Pocono.
In endurance racing, there are 2 types of cars, these and these. He's in a race, but they're not racing each other. That's the race engineer, that's the crew. This guy waves flags, and that's the driver. Well, one of them. They switch mid-race a lot. Some races are 2 hours, some are 4, some are 6, 12, and 24. They race all across the world, like here, and here. This is France. Before they race, they qualify. Then they race for real. Only 60 kilometers per hour in the pit lane. Any faster, you're penalized. They race when it's raining, when it's not raining, when it's dark, when it's not dark. This flag means start. This one means caution, and this one means it's over.
When I'm not racing, I'm personalizing. Just like how Carvana lets you personalize your finance. You can customize your down payment and monthly payment in a matter of minutes. For some truly
I wasn't here to mute the commercials, my bad.
23 years ago today, Barry
Michael, where are you?
Intentionally walked with the bases loaded. That is some stat.
Don't worry, we're still here. We're still here watching the race.
Where'd you go?
In the living room.
Outer space.
No.
Pass down from the families that race to the ones that watch us every weekend.
You know, it's all I've ever known, racing.
I was fortunate to be in victory lane 20 years ago, and I'm here again.
I am meant to be passed down from one generation to the next. Because the only thing better than seeing a race is sharing it with someone.
That's when he's going back to Mars.
I am NASCAR.
I am NASCAR. God damn, our app is so far behind.
What, are they green already?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
They're coming to it anyway. So I can't look at your comments for a while because y'all are too far ahead. God, I wish that dog would shut the fuck up in there.
Hey.
Welcome back to the Kyle Larson Show.
Kyle Larson is the best driver to come in this sport since Jeff Gordon.
That was Kevin Harvick saying that like 5 years ago.
That's cool that guys like that notice it. Right before it even happens,
It was
they know it's there.
First times I really got to watch him race. I was like, damn, this dude's really got something. I never thought he'd be this good, but I was like, damn, Kyle Larson's pretty fucking crazy good. I was thinking that like 2014.
So strategy right here on the restart.
Kyle Busch.
Kyle Larson decided to jump behind Kyle Busch for this.
I don't agree with that. I'd get that 48 out front. Or is he that scared of his own teammates he doesn't want to get the 48 out front?
Inside row, you got Bowman and Blaney. We know what Blaney's been doing on restarts. Let's see if he gets another run.
All right. Kyle on the top. Bowman and Blaney on the bottom. 19 to go. I don't agree with pushing the 18 out front. I don't think that's very fucking wise. Ooh, Hamlin about got turned by Byron. And the 48's clear of the 18. I don't. Clear. There you go. Is Alex Bowman going to steal another one? You've got to be kidding me.
Do it, Bowman.
Bowman's going to steal another one, guys. He's out in front of the 18 and the 5. And if Kyle Busch gets to the 48, it's going to open the door for Larson, and we already know how fast he is. Oh. Byron and Blaney again.
Byron and Blaney, those two have been
Larson's got a nose under Kyle Busch. This is the best thing for Alex Bowman. The 5 and the 18 are side by side.
Did you see how quick that camera moved back when they seen that?
Yeah, and did you see Bowman try to get the draft on the 5 to pull the 5 past the 18? Side draft. Yeah, I got you. I knew that caution coming out was a good break for Larson. It'd make it easier to deal with Kyle Busch. But now he's got to deal with his own teammate.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
So it's Hendrick 1-2. It's Bowman and Larson. How did Bowman find his way in front after being
Larson
nothing?
gave him the inside.
Yeah.
And there's Byron. Oh, God. Kyle Busch.
Look around, Kyle. Look familiar? Kyle Busch is the meat in the Hendrick sandwich again. It's Kyle Busch versus Hendrick every week now. And oh, it makes him sick. Yeah, good for Blaney being on top 5. Where the fuck is Chase?
He sees Bowman up front. Yeah. He sees Larson in front of him.
McDowell had to pit. He couldn't stay out. McDowell had to pit. He couldn't make it.
Larson in that streak that he's trying to get to 4 wins. How about Hendrick and the turnaround they have made as an organization, the streak that they're on? Because before Larson,
now Larson, once again, stuck in second. It's like Dover all over it. It is literally a repeat of Dover. 48 on strategy or whatever, by whatever fucking means he got out front. And they're so even, and it's hard enough to pass. It's so hard to pass here anyway. I think Larson will get him. Because Larson's substantially faster than the 48. 18 was closer to Larson. That gave him a harder time. Here it is. Maybe. That run off of 3 is so valuable if you're running the high side. If you're running high in 3, you get that big run off. God, passing is a bitch.
I don't know who I want to
This fucking aero package is so bad. This race is entertaining, but my God, this package is so bad. Larson should have made quick work of Busch earlier, and now Bowman. Yeah, Bowman winning again would just be fucking insane. Oh, boy. Here comes the run down the back. God, if he could have just got to his quarter panel. Everybody can make it now, Earl. Everybody racing. This is the race for the win. 16 to go. Bowman, Larson, Kyle Busch, Byron, and Blaney in the top 5. This is it. Everybody can make it. But it's so fucking hard to pass. But I want to see Larson get 4 in a row. I don't want to see Larson go back to finishing second every week again. How is this happening? That's what I said earlier. I said during the truck race, why do they come off the corner and cut down like that? I was like, you didn't see Kyle Busch doing that in the truck race, but them other truck drivers were doing it, and Bowman was doing it. Turn 1 is where Larson dogs everybody, but it's really hard to pass off of 1. You got to pass, run the outside of turn 3. That's the best place to pass. This aero package fucking sucks. Larson should already have the lead back. And if these two start dick fighting with each other, it'll bring Kyle Busch right back into it. But I'll get $9, so hey.
Guys, it's been 48 days since Hendrick Motorsports lost a race.
He ain't going to get it because his 48's going to get this run off the high side here.
Top 2 here.
But he's close enough to get a draft into 1. You know how good he is into 1. Larson just trusting his horsepower. Knowing the 48's got to come back up and he'll get a bit of a toe on him anyway going to 1.
Like he said,
Back behind these guys. Larson that time just up the racetrack. Didn't even try to turn underneath him. Back behind these guys, Kyle Busch in 3rd, well clear of Byron.
Yeah, Kyle Busch is not out of this yet if Larson and Bowman really start slowing each other down.
We are excellent here. So good on older tires, but talk about the patience, Junior, that Kyle Larson
I fucking hate this aero package, by the way.
He knows he's quicker than his team.
He just knows these cars suck.
He's a little bit lower through every corner. Behind him, he knows he can get by him.
Look how corner entry still. See, Kyle Busch was driving in the corner as hard as Larson was, and that's how he was staying ahead of him. Bowman can't drive in the corner as hard as Busch or Larson, and that's why Larson keeps getting these looks every lap in 3 that he really wasn't getting with Kyle Busch in front of him. Turn 1, this is it. I said the winning pass would be turn 1, but he still can't quite get there. I don't blame him for falling on that time. Try to stay in that draft. The top three are pretty even. Bush is just a little further back. It's so frustrating to watch these shitty fucking cars race. And I love Alex Bowman and Kyle Larson, but I just know Larson should be able to make quick work of him, but he can't. Dirty air. That was just all dirty air right there. Dirty air. He's better off running the bottom in 3 just to stay close to him and maybe get the pass done in 1 or coming out of 1 at least. He's got to run the bottom of 3 and just let Bowman run the high side of 3 because that's what Bowman's going to do because you get to run off the corner. I'm backseat driving here.
We're going to start calling
Yeah. This is a race that Jimmy Johnson would win like this. It's just dirty air, Karen. It's fucking dirty air. I'm hating it for him. I'm sick for Larson. Larson should win relatively easily. See now, this is what he needs to do in 3. Just run the bottom. He's going to get the run off of the high side of 3, but you're going to lose more running his line in 3 than if you just let him get the run off and you stay in clean air. Fucking 11 to go. Yeah, because he ran the bottom. He didn't stay in the tire tracks. You can't stay in the tire tracks in the corner, especially if 1 and 3. 1 and 3, you can't stay in his tire tracks. You got to get that clean air on the nose. I'm backseat driving so hard right now. I don't know how 48's doing this. He ain't been shit all day. Remember when I said earlier, it don't matter, just get up front, they can't beat you? I was right. Get out of his tire tracks. Run low. Run low. Lap car, yeah. But they'll catch him on the straightaway at least.
It's only going to take 1.
Look at him trying to follow the lap car and get a draft. Bowman chased that lap car to the inside to get a draft. Kyle Busch has lost half a second to Bowman. He was 9/10 back. He's 1.4 back with 10 to go now, so it's a 2-car race. Unless something crazy happens. Bowman's going to win this race. Without a caution, Alex Bowman's going to win the race. If there's a caution, I'd give Larson a good shot. Yeah. I said I didn't like getting behind Kyle Busch. He overcame that and got around him. But the bad news is it put Bowman on the fucking inside, who got a great push from Blaney to get this lead. It's not over yet. He's just going to get close, get tight. Get close, get tight. He's going to get to his inside, but Bowman's going to have the high line coming off the corner and get a better run. Yeah. This is insane and frustrating to watch, by the way. I'm not going to miss this aero package. Good run off of 1. I wish I could see the heart rate on the 5 car. Larson, if I'm Larson, I'm mad as hell. He's been better in 1 the whole time, but yeah, that lap was really good. Bowman didn't have a good tunnel turn, but Larson got a little tight in his air. Now, Mike Larson's giving it all he's got. He knows how hard it is to pass. You can't tiptoe around coming to 8 to go. He's giving it all he's got. It's just dirty air. I'm going to say that as many times as possible to drive the point home. Dirty air, dirty air, dirty air. I did say turn 1's the only shot he's got, but it's hard to pass on the bottom coming off of 1. What were Bowman's odds? I picked Bowman last week and paid a price for it, but what were Bowman's odds today? Uh-oh. He got a run. He peeked to the inside too soon. He's going to get super tight here. Larson's going to get tighter now than he ever did. See? Ugh. He was so fucking close. Yeah, Bowman's bad in 1. Larson, he's been best there all day of anybody. Center of turn 1, Larson is a god, and nobody else can match him. part of me wants to believe he's going to get him, but I just keep seeing this over and over. We saw, remember Michigan last year with Harvick and Hamlin? Remember Kansas in the playoffs with Logano and Harvick? It's the same fucking thing again. The better car is behind the worst car, and the air's so bad. Boy, Bowman's loose off of one. He's really loose off of one now. Bowman can't put the gas down off of one without getting really sideways. At least for the off-throttle time here, Mike, a slide job is actually physically possible, unlike mile-and-a-half tracks these days.
Every time Bowman gets his left side over the yellow line, it messes Larson up. It takes that air away from Larson's car. I think
Kyle Busch closing in a little bit again. He's got it under a second. I wish I had $1 every time we had to say air watching these fucking races these days, man. It's killing me.
He's loving this, seeing his guys running well.
They're going to catch Corey at the worst spot. Corey. They're going to catch Corey right dead center of turn one. Oh, God.
Corey's going to stay way out of the way. He understands what's going on.
Okay, Corey backed way down there.
Now both of them are quite a bit.
Quit following his tire tracks of one, Larson. He's still faster off of one, but I feel like there's more to gain if he would just stick to the bottom because Bowman's so loose off the high side of one. Bubba Wallace championship material. He's in front of Chase Elliott. Turn 2, I feel like, is where the dirty air gets you the most.
They go 2.5 miles, and they're separated by 1/10 of a second for the lap times.
Dale Jr. probably wants to pull his hair out watching this because he knows how bad this is. There you go. Bowman, like I said, he can't get the power down. That back end wants to come around. Bowman's actively got a block down to the pit wall to stay in front of Larson now. That's the lack of rear grip that the 48 has right now. Turn 1, this is it right here. This is it. This is it. If he could just get to his quarter panel, man. He's getting this damn close. If he could just get to the 48's quarter panel. Fuck. We're at 5 to go here. I'm barely paying attention to the lap counter. I'm too busy watching them.
Great information by the spotter.
God. Now Bowman ran that Larson line. He cut the apron of the tunnel turn.
I like what they told him.
Yeah. He's got to catch you, not the other way around.
Again, what's on the line? A winning streak. Kyle Larson looking to make it.
At least if Larson gets 4 in a row, it's dramatic. This race has not been boring. It's a little frustrating here at the end. Bowman not sweeping to the bottom there. That's too early. That's too early. He pulled out of line too early. He needed to draft further. Put the bumper to him. Dirty air. Dirty air. Dirty air. Up, off of one. He finally got to his quarter panel. Larson's got this shit now. He finally got to his damn quarter panel. He made Bowman mirror drive him and run a line that was uncomfortable to him. Side draft into 2. Watch Larson put the power down, and he clears the 48, and it sticks. 4 to go. Kyle Larson back out front. God, that's frustrating to watch, but I'm glad he made it happen because he deserved to win. And Kyle Busch, I told you, if they got close, if they were side by side for a nanosecond, it was going to bring Kyle Busch back in. But now 3 to go. Larson's out front. Jesus Christ. That was annoying to watch. Fucking hell. I hate the Gen 6 car. I'm not going to miss this stuff. I thought Larson fucked himself when he pulled out of line slightly too early to get to 1. Bowman was not comfortable trying to run the very bottom.
It's just a great example of how, we tend to think a pass just happens when we're just when
Larson had to bust ass to pass like a 12th place car. And we know how fast Larson is and know how good his car is. And it took him that long to pass a car that's not been a factor all day. Yeah, once they sort it out, they're clearly faster than Kyle. So 2 to go.
Teammate Bowman Byron 4th, Hamlin's 5th, needed a good, decent run.
This is as good a Pocono race you could hope for with this aero package. I was getting so mad because all he needed to get to his quarter panel was a little bit. And he finally got it. Eric Jones going to be on pole tomorrow. If I'm Truex, I'm going to let Jones pass me. Coming to the checker, I'm going to let him pass me. Start on the pole tomorrow.
stay out front for win number 4.
The battle for the poles going on right now. Eric Jones is 20th.
Eric Jones and Buescher battling for.
We're coming to the white flag. 1 lap to go. The leaderboard's going to be way ahead of me, but white flag. Kyle Larson's the leader. Finally got it done.
Think about it. They knew the pass.
1 lap to go. Presented by Credit One Bank. 2.5 miles in front of Kyle Larson, and what a historic day it will be for him.
Well, I bet Larson just cooked them front tires trying to get around that fucking 48.
Dominated some. Road courses, high horsepower, low horsepower, different style racetrack. This racetrack, unlike any other, and you had to go get the
God.
lead back in the closing laps.
Yeah, he had to fight for that one. Shouldn't have.
What a
Kyle
fucking
Larson
shit show.
join the legends of NASCAR. Only 8 before him.
They blow a tire.
What the fuck? You gotta be shitting me. Kyle Larson blew a left front into... Wow. 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 How? What the fuck? Kyle Larson blew a left front and Alex Bowman just won. You are shitting me. I'm not even mad. I'm just stunned.
Dude, look.
What the fuck?
As soon as you said something about him cooking the front tires, I pictured that shit in my head, and I'm just sitting here thinking that ain't.
Remember that thing I said about Kyle Larson probably cooked his front tires trying to get around? My God.
It looked as though
Boy, that would have been a race win.
The Larson look back.
to the history books.
And he's still fucking wrecking after the checkered.
And it was a flat tire.
How in the fuck?
Was still able to finish this race in 9th.
How many wins did Bowman got now?
3 wins this year. The 48's been shit compared to the other Hendrick cars. And he's won 3 times.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
That's a heartbreaker. You know,
Where did he finish?
maybe your dad.
That is fucking nuts.
Coming to the Daytona 500. Tire goes down. Looks like he has it.
You gotta be kidding me, man. All that work to pass the 48. You realize how hard it is to pass with this aero package? All that work. Ugh.
I can't believe Alex Bowman just won.
How in the fuck?
He sat there and fought and fought and fought. Took the inside lane. Made positions up. Caught a left race.
I wish I was there so bad. I wish I was there so fucking bad. You don't even understand how much I wish I was there. Larson finished 9th.
So, middle of the pack.
So Larson's going to start like 11th or something tomorrow or whatever. Yeah. Backup car, F5 car's junk.
Probably still catching his breath, saying, what just happened?
Chris Buescher and Michael McDowell.
This checkered flag moment brought to you by Advanced Auto Parts.
Oh, yeah, he's got to start the back. He's going to the backup car.
It was back in 2015 at 22 years old. Bowman said,
I can't even register that Alex Bowman won this race. It was like, oh, he's on the front row for this restart. Oh, how'd Bowman get up here? What the fuck? Best Pocono Cup race since 2016, I'd say.
Even with the package.
Even with the shitty aero package, that was a good race. Hamlin P4. Larson still has a good points day with a top 10 and a lot of stage points. Alex Bowman just turned around, looked at the cameraman, and said, I don't even know what to think.
Let's ask him, so what was your reaction when you saw the 5 going into the wall?
Yeah, I hate to win one that way, but hell yeah, I'll take it. Super proud of this Ally 48 team. Man, we kind of gave the lead away. We're on 2 tires, just got super tight. Trying to hold them off as long as I could, but can't say enough about everybody at Team Hendrick right now. Body shop, engine shop, chassis shop. From top to bottom, everybody's just putting great race cars on the racetrack. And Greg and all the guys did a really good job. Man.
I don't get my $9 even if that happens.
I'm not good all day, so I'm kind of in shock. I don't know what to say to you guys, but it's packed. Hell yeah, so cool to see all the fans out here.
Congratulations, you did the thing, Alex Bowman.
Where did he come from?
Bowman is the... It's that fucking 48. It's the 48, dude. It's the golden horseshoe. It's back. The golden horseshoe is back. Larson has like 09 to 2014 Jeff Gordon luck, and Bowman has Jimmy Johnson luck.
Had some luck there, but no, I mean the 5 beat us, but you know
The golden horseshoe is back.
That's part of the sport, so I'll take it.
That's what Harvick said about Jimmy in 2010. He said he has a golden horseshoe stuck up his ass to be this lucky. And it became a meme. Everybody, oh, golden horseshoe. Where's it at?
I went for a run in the infield this morning. Typical Pocono. Everybody called me William Byron, but that kind of happens around here. So it was pretty funny, and just enjoy it. It's so cool to see all the fans.
Better recognize now.
Bunch of fist bumps and high fives running through the campground. And,
I hope they ask Kyle
I'm sure
Busch.
my trainer's going to make me run in the morning again, so probably see some of you guys in the campground tomorrow morning.
It'll be Alex Bowman, the winner on Saturday, who will be running in the campground tomorrow. What an impressive run for Hendrick Motorsports. And Rick, Alex Bowman making it happen late on these restarts. Gets a little luck on the side today as well.
When he's running in the infield, I think you got to call that a victory lap tomorrow morning. Getting ready for his second race that will take place tomorrow. Want to let you know, anytime you don't drive your car all the way back into the garage.
Hey, a Chevrolet won.
You have to go to
Congratulations, Chevrolet won, Michael.
I'll talk to Kyle Larson here in just a moment, but he did have to go to the care center.
So the left front tire's flat out of the tunnel. Switches.
This can't be real. I'm watching a simulation. Rewind it. Rewind this shit back. What the fuck?
And still finished top 10.
Blows a right front, pounds the wall, finishes top 10.
Spot encouraging. Get the best finish you can. His hands off the wheel to keep from injuring his hands. The steering wheel.
And then I think he was just so bummed he forgot that he was going into turn 1. He hit the wall again after the race a little bit.
Kendrick's heart rate was up. Well, this is why it wasn't, because even with the disappointment of the 5 car, he's going victory lane with the 48. Now it's Bowman.
So as it stands, since I left Darlington, nobody's beat a Hendrick car.
We've seen him won, we've seen him
How many
lost.
times has Kyle Busch
It's a race, right? Like, you have to put yourself in
You coming back tomorrow at 3:30?
He's in the same boat with everybody here.
Yeah. You're going to be
Everybody
up for
can't believe what we just saw.
Yeah, definitely.
They've got to
All
go
right.
back up. They've
Comes
got to
on at
start
noon.
back of the field
Yeah, I'll see you.
tomorrow. Alex Bowman.
I'll be right. Hold on, guys. I got to process this.
The battle for 20th position, which will be the pole tomorrow. It's going to end up with Chris Buescher. Jones fell back to 22nd there on the final lap.
Just outside of it was Austin Dillon. He finished 21st, so he will start tomorrow in that 21st position. Okay, let's take a look at the playoff standings. And again, this could be a big weekend for quite a few drivers. One of those being Kurt Busch. And take a look at the numbers now.
Yeah, Kurt Busch moves ahead of Chris Buescher for that 16th position, and I look all the way up to 12th at Denny Hamlin.
I feel empty, but at the same time fulfilled.
Flat tire definitely has.
I don't know how to describe my emotions here.
I'm still shocked. Hamlin,
This cannot be real.
I can't believe we're 18 races in the season.
This cannot be real. This is a simulation. This is not real life.
Celebrating in victory lane is Alex Bowman, his 3rd win already of 2021.
I'm really glad the 48 stayed in front of the 18 now. Even though that would have won me $9. Guys, I'm going to hang around. I want to see the Larson interview. Oh, no, he's got to go to the infield care center. But I want to see Larson's interview and get it on stream. I don't know. Fucking just. I tell you what, guys. I'm going to go. We're going to end the stream because I need to go eat. And then I'll see you later for the SRX. But what the fuck? Like, that's insane. I'd have been so mad if it was somebody I didn't like that won. That's the thing that's stressing me out. I could have got really upset today. Congratulations, Alex Bowman, Hendrick Motorsports. You're on fucking fire right now. Come back at 8 for the SRX if you're interested. If not, I'll see you tomorrow at noon for the Xfinity race. Till then, keep your units on you. Good night, everybody. Well, good night if you're not coming back later. I'm going to go eat. I can't believe this happened.